seals have been broken, and the devils are here. And they remembered to unmute their mics a little too late. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Firebrand Academy, episode 3. This is our love letter to all things anime that involves punching and also teenagers. Wait, why did I have to make that sound weird? This game is powered by Zweihander, a wonderful little RPG, as you can see just above my head, from the good folks at Andrews McNeil Publishing and Grim and Perilous Studios. Speaking of chainsaw unicorns, let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode. Don't ask questions, just let me say it. Tonight's episode of Firebrand Academy, episode 3, The World Warrior. You know, Elizabeth, can I call you Liz? You know, Liz, that's a very good question. I would say that I've always known I was an extraordinary person. Now, I don't say that to brag. It's not bragging if it's true, after all. But to make a point. Hard work, training, you know, all that stuff, it'll get you far in life. But some greatness, it's just born, you know? Some people are just clay, waiting to be molded into greatness. And even as a kid, I knew I was that kind of clay. The border thing. Yeah, you know, listen, they put up a good fight, and I don't want to belittle the other team. But you know, the fact that they needed a team, and I just needed these two babies, think that should tell you everything you need to know about how that match went. As for how it felt to be the man who single-handedly changed the border between the United States and Canada, it felt like Tuesday, Liz. Yes. Yeah. Her name is Alexandra. You know, like Alexander the Great. Well, our relationship, she's much closer to her mother. You know how it is with little girls, right? And my wife is an excellent caregiver. An excerpt from To the Max, The Life and Times of Maximum Sinclair.
Is this released yet?
Yes, this is a documentary that came out many years back, actually. Back when Alexander would have been a littler kid.
It wasn't distributed in Russia.
It wasn't distributed in Russia.
Yeah, how did our team not get his hands on that one?
Well, because you know someone named Xandra, and this one came out years and years ago, and it's entirely possible he did not piece together Alexandra and Xandra Sinclair, and also she wasn't pictured or featured. You've never seen her. There's almost no archival footage of Xandra.
You're cryptid.
She's just
like
kind of,
Sasquatch.
it's known that she exists, but she doesn't come up very often. And it's also entirely possible that like this just is something that slipped past your radar that you haven't remembered. He doesn't talk about his daughter.
It's probably the one time he actually mentioned it in public.
Yeah. Years. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. Occasionally he has to acknowledge the fact he has a kid. I'm doing what I can here. I know we've got a
paparazzi
bit.
pictures at some point, you know.
People forget
Alexander
things.
the Great? Wow.
Yeah. What else would he have named his kid? Which only makes sense because if you think about it right now, as we join you, the rain has picked up considerably. Actually, I need to pause the stream a bit here because it's very distracting. There we go. Get my notes up instead. The rain is starting to barrel down into the field now a little bit. It's not like a deluge, but like it's gone from its sprinkle into a actual proper, it's kind of raining now. And the clouds have fully rolled in, and it's gotten a nice gray pallor to it. As we see that the ground has been rent asunder a bit. All of the concrete and everything, it now juts up at awkward angles. In fact, we see it from like an aerial view. Like after he slashed his hand, there's essentially what looks like 3 massive claw marks dug like these giant trenches from him to through the middle of your fight, and then onward another handful of feet, or a couple of yards, honestly, like past that into the quad. and the ripped up concrete and the dirt underneath is starting to become mud as the rain pours down into this. And we join, let's see, as I recall, the three of you were well engaged with Ruby, Calum, and Jan. Let's see, as I recall, Jan was an anime gentleman with shorts and goggles and spiky hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he's kind of up in the face. Oh, he, in fact, what we come back to is as he is currently in a chokehold in the arms of a strong Russian boy. Calum, as I recall, is a very large gentleman himself. He's got the kind of like the closed eyes, but even though they're closed, they're open. Just big barrel-chested guy, walking around barefoot. He's about Artyom sized, and I'm trying to remember what his status was. Oh, he just had some needles and shit thrown at him. He's a little bummed about that, as I recall.
Yep.
And Ruby, meanwhile, with her, oh, yeah, thank you. I know it's an emergency. Very loud sirens. Ruby had just revealed that her art is that of the whip. So clearly she is an archaeologist of some sort. And you know them, they like to pull out guns in knife fights. So be careful, team.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of team, it is the top of the round currently as we go straight into our fight. I actually have initiative looking at the thing going, oh, right, I go first.
Yep.
So goody gumdrops. Let's see here. So
Who's gonna activate?
oh, our poor choked out friend is going to activate as I take a quick look at
Okay.
how that works. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Yeah, he's currently choked, which I believe is a status effect.
Mm-hmm. He has one
Choked.
option.
Cannot use any action in combat unless you've successfully resisted to escape using athletics. Oh, honey, your athletics is no bueno. Quick question, as I don't have the counter in front of me. Where is the fortune and misfortune sitting at present?
We are at 4 and 4.
It's the default, isn't it? Yeah. Doop. 4 and 4. Good, because I suspect my guy's gonna need it. So he's sitting there, he's like tapping on your arm as if to be like, okay, this is a wrestling match. I can just tap and you're like
Submit. I forgot my dice tray.
Oh,
Ow.
that would be helpful.
oh shit, he actually managed it.
It's because we shit talked him. He's like, no, this is my time.
Yeah, his athletics is terrible, but he rolled a 35. He actually managed to pull it out. Lucky him. So I believe it just means he breaks free, but that's it. That's all his turn is.
It wasn't that kind of trouble.
Wow.
I didn't quite catch that.
You said you managed to pull it out, and I said it is not that kind of trouble.
Okay. Great. Monday energy has infected
18
Friday.
plus.
It's yeah.
I just looked down the
Whatever it is
chat to
relative to
find
me.
Cake Squatch the Friendigo.
Cake Squatch also sounds like 18 plus channel, yeah!
Okay.
As he's kind of like, you've got him up off the ground, and you're like, you've got almost like 1.5 feet on this poor kid. He's kind of on the short side. So you just got him up, and he's just kicking his legs. And as he like starts, like his face is flush. He's starting to turn colors. He whips up and around, like he rotates his hips up such that his like feet come up to your face. And he kind of like pulls himself, like flips upside down to pull himself free of you. So as his feet kind of plant against your face, it's not really a kick in a way that would do damage, but it's just suddenly there's like 2 sneakers in your face pressing against you. You slip him the other direction away, and he plummets onto the ground, just like flops onto the floor, like just choking, trying to get his breath back, which is what he spends the rest of his turn doing, is going, okay, oh god.
Well, he can... Resisting costs 0 AP, so he actually has his full turn.
He does?
Yes.
Oh,
Game
God.
changer.
Shit. Okay.
But he can only resist on his turn.
Well, then in that case, let's have him do a thing. Actually, you know what? He made that resistance thing. We'll say that he is going to make we'll say that kick then, since I flavored it that way anyway. There's a medium attack. He's going to spend 1 AP to just do a basic attack action. Or attaction, if you will. So, if you wanted to. I don't know. You don't have to. Rolling some dice. 23, Yahtzee, that hits.
I haven't reactivated yet, but... And I did use up all of my AP last turn, but I have lightning reflexes, so once every activation, I get a free defensive.
Okay, good. Because I thought you still had a free AP, or still had 1 AP left, but...
No, I did, I failed, I whiffed a critical art.
Oh, yeah.
And then used the opportunity to still go into chokehold, and the chokehold worked, so...
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Oh, well.
Okay, so, that...
Block.
Yes. So again, it just plays out like we described it. Like, the feet plant into your face, and your head doesn't even move as he sort of slips free. Like, we see... the only thing I will change is that we see, when his feet flip up, we see the little impact spark, like the little, like, ring of, like, white, like, wind or whatever that comes off of people when you hit him really hard. But RTM just doesn't move. And as this kid slips to the floor and is choking, trying to find his bearing, he's actually going to hang on to his other 2 AP, I think, rather than trying to... He should do something.
The beard affords much blocking potential.
I need to make sure that he's still got some AP left. I just missed something, and I'm terrified of what it was. Okay, so that's Jan's turn. Boom, on to Caleb. Jan, you've got 2 AP. Caleb, you've got all 3 of them. Now, as I recall, Caleb was in engagement with both Artyom and Xandra. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
The 4 of us are kind of in a little bit of a square where we are technically all engaged with each other.
Kinda, yeah. There's a little...
Nice little polycule there.
I don't know if I feel that way about that.
I like to
What
call
is
it
a
a shamble.
What is a polycule if not a bunch of people engaged with each other?
Oh.
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 Okay.
Oh.
That's the idea.
Yeah, usually.
There is usually some of that element.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't say that it was a bad thing. It's a giant grin on my face.
Sorry, I'm just reminding myself of what the hell abilities I gave this fool. Oh, okay. Neat. All right, we are just gonna we're gonna have Caleb sweep the leg, I think. He's a little scared of this nonsense that Xandra's getting up to. So yeah, he kind of reaches back, swings his leg forward, trying to go for one of Xandra's shins. So take a quick look at his melee. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
And sweep is slow and weak, so that's a cocked die. That does not count. There's like no dice in that tray, and yet you managed to find the one other die I got in there. There we go. 39 will succeed.
I'm going to attempt to parry, and I get a
Okay.
plus 10 base chance to parry this, right?
I believe that's the case with slow.
It is slow, so yes, you do.
Yes, you get a plus 10 base chance to dodge or parry this move. So yeah.
13 will do it.
Okay, yeah. So he
I
goes
jump
in.
again. See if I land on the leg.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
No, yes, you jump, but right as his leg is like kind of swinging in to come down to come in at you, like going right for your kneecap. But even as tall and fast as this large gentleman is, you are just too damn fast for him. Well, shit. For his second trick, then, what else can you do?
Xandra jumps and the jacket still stays on her shoulders.
Oh, of course.
Queen.
Anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's in
Ballerina
slow
feet.
motion. We see the as it floofs out.
Oops. Pointed toes.
He is
Pointed
going
toes,
to. Actually, he's going to go for a takedown.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to spend his second AP to do a perilous action. Takedown, make a coordination or athletics test if you charged. Oh, athletics if you charge. Make a coordination test. All right, so Caleb needs to make a coordination test. Oh, buddy. Oh, honey. Oh, sweetheart. No, what are you doing? You're on one leg, you fool. Oh, it's a 33. He barely made it. He barely made it.
That's a crit success, too.
Oh, it is. Oh, shit, it is.
That roller coaster.
I keep forgetting that doubles are crits.
Yep.
It's so elegant. Shit, what happens when you crit on one of these?
Just check the takedown description.
Yeah, I need to get the full description of takedown.
Yep.
Takedown. Takedown. Go
Usually it
ahead,
means you don't
Jimmy.
get to resist.
Typically, yeah. Takedown, gonna do it tonight. Here we go.
It says if you charge, does that
Successful,
mean
your
you can
phone
only
may
do
roll
that?
blah, blah,
Athletics
blah.
if you charge.
Athletics if
there
you
you
charge,
go.
yeah.
It does not say, irritatingly. It has nothing specifically listed for it.
I'd be okay with not
Unfortunately.
being able to resist it for a crit.
Yeah, that'd be my guess then. So it turns out that his sweep was actually a feint to get you up in the air, because once you are, he sort of reaches his leg back in and plants it in the middle of your chest, and then just presses down to the ground, knocking you down. You are temporarily made prone. In addition, let's see, while prone, your foe. Oh, it's just telling me what happens when you're prone. Yeah. Okay. Attackers gain a 1d6 fury die to the total damage result dealt to a prone foe. Yikes. So while you're in the air thinking, haha, you're super cool, and like it's in slow motion while you're going up, all of a sudden in fast motion, his leg just goes and like hooks back through the direction and plants you back down into the ground with this boom, and you like sink into the mud and like slide a little bit backwards.
Aren't we glad he took off the wooden sandals?
Yes. Yes.
All I know is now I'm covered in mud.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks to this dragon who was so wonderfully torn open the courtyard beneath our feet.
Yep. Dick.
All right, it is y'all's activations. You have 2 to go before the enemy responds.
I'd like you to stand, so you're not taking any extra
Fury.
fury
Fury
die
dice.
situations.
Yeah.
You think that? So I think you activate first.
You
Okay.
could still do your
Or
original
actually-
plan, but just
I
if you-
can't because I can't do the
I-
PvP.
Yeah, you can. You
Yeah.
can spend the fortune
one
I
fortune
can spend a
to
fortune.
get up.
to get the extra AP.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
You made the plan last night.
Let's
Stick
go
to the
with
plan.
that. Okay,
Right.
so I will take my activation first then,
Wait, there's a-
and I will perform a War of Words to
Okay.
start.
So RTM refreshes to 3 AP and is going to be War of Worldsing.
Which means I'm going to
Plus 20.
take a leadership test
Okay.
to do Inspire.
Oh, this is very good. Go for it. Roll some dice and then make some words happen. Lay them on my beautiful ears. I need to hear your luscious voice.
So this is a 55 for me.
I don't know what that was.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, the demons are speaking for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend a fortune to re-roll that because I failed. I think it would make...
yeah.
Would you be cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Burn 'em.
Hell yeah, we're 20 minutes in. We spent 2 fortune. I'm into it. Sorry?
No, we're good. I was just changing the fortune total.
Oh, thank
We
you.
were squinting at Stream Deck.
There it goes.
Sorry, it makes it look like you're squinting at me, and I'm like, what'd I do? What'd I do?
Oh no!
You're right next to the overlay, to the
Yeah.
monitor.
It's just like, what is it?
Why is everyone looking at me?
What's everybody looking at me? What
That'll do it. That's a 45.
Ooh.
Xander, stand up! You do not want to embarrass yourself in front of Dragon!
He is who's just standing over there like this.
So now everyone's
Oh my goodness.
everyone's damage thresholds and peril thresholds are increased by 1.
Oh, neat. Even the bad guys? I can up theirs too?
No,
those are
they're
still
taking negatives.
I was like, wait. Wait. Alternate timeline self. I
Had to
apologize.
try. Okay, Zartium. Yeah.
Oh.
Don't. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Arashi.
Did you spend misfortune?
Me? I have not spent misfortune.
Nope.
Right now.
Okay, I was just checking for
He ended up
numbers reasons.
surprising us all.
Yeah, I was getting my dice tray at the time.
Yeah.
So then the next thing I'm gonna do is, I believe Artyom is going to unlock his potential.
No.
Going
Wait,
to
right.
turn to, what was this? Jan?
Jan's a little guy.
That's the one in front of me?
Catching his breath and tried to kick you in the face, and he left 2 AP behind for a reason.
And after he looks back, he takes a deep breath and exhales, and no matter what temperature it currently is,
Ooh.
it comes out as a big frosted breath, as though he were in complete sub-zero temperatures.
Oh yeah, it freezes some of the raindrops, and we see them kind of like clink to the ground as icicles.
Anime! Anime!
Siberian variable art. Cold steppes of Russia. And he takes a big step forward. And I'm going to use the spell I just picked up. Knife in the dark.
Oh, okay.
As he puts his foot down and just says, walk!
Wait, did you just do the... Did you just do the thing?
That's an 8. That will activate.
Okay, it pops off. Do I resist with anything?
Yes, you do get a resistance, I believe.
Okay.
This is Knife in the Dark. Based off of Knife in the Dark.
Yeah. Let's see
so
here.
it is...
Resist with a successful coordination test, or oof, things happen. Coordination, huh? Okay. Jan's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at that. He's pretty good at that. And this is a petty spell, so... Oh, no, wait, I keep forgetting it's only for counter spell that you have to worry about that shit.
Actually...
Oh, actually?
The easier something is to... Oh, no.
That's for counter spell.
No, that's for parrying. It counts for parrying as well, by the way. So if you take the aim action, it affects parry numbers.
That's what I'm fucking thinking of, yeah.
So it
There
is...
was something else that affected.
Parry and counterspell are affected by the ease of capability of the spell.
Gotcha.
If you're just resisting, just try to resist.
So your boy's got like a 60 in coordination, so he's pretty nimble.
Whoa.
Not that it matters he rolled a 78. So this lands full force.
So Knife in the Dark does a d10 plus my willpower plus my brawn bonus.
Fuck me up, Russian... I almost said Russian daddy. Fuck me up, Russian kid.
Give me time. Damn. Alright, so it does 7, because I rolled a 1.
That's still good. That hurts. That's
It could be a 16.
Okay, that's fair. That would have been brutal. Jesus Christ.
So, he cannot move for his next turn.
Man, what? Okay.
And he cannot inflict... and I get to inflict injuries with this if I do successfully land it. Is he in a injury territory?
So he takes... Yes, he is lightly wounded. Because you did 7?
Yes.
Yeah, and his one hit is 6 for him. His damage threshold is 6.
Okay, so I'm not at injury territory, because you start taking injuries at moderate.
Moderate, yeah.
But he's still stuck, as when he steps, the ground flash freezes.
Oh, yeah, it's like frozen mud now.
Yes. And his feet are stuck in place.
His feet are just in that, and it's just... And like we see him like try to retch away, and we just hear like the crackle of ice as it goes up around his foot. And he's just like, come on! Oh, no! Okay. I think Artyom still has an AP left.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that AP.
Okay.
I thought...
You want me to do the...
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, you were gonna
Alright.
do
You have to
mine.
stand back up.
Yeah.
I do need to stand back up. I'm gonna stand back up. So avoiding the frost, Xandra, already muddied anyway, just tucks a shoulder and rolls after getting hit, avoiding the frost that's slowly coming off of Artyom. I'm moving a bit to the right, and I'm going to spend a fortune.
Okay, so let's get up.
Did you do the needle
2,
flurry?
And then, yep.
So as Xandra is coming to her feet, she reaches into her right bracer and pulls out a handful of needles and just throws them in a cone, because at this point, I can hit all 3 of them.
It's true. The way they are lined up, they're basically in a line at the moment.
And one is currently not being choked. So it means I'm not going to hit
he's no
Artyom.
longer being choked.
Oh.
He foolishly got away and then didn't.
I'm safe! Oh no! Oh no.
Because I would have eaten needles if I had to.
Oh, yeah. Eat needles and crap lightning. That's Artyom. I don't know. I'm just saying words. I'm sorry.
That's a 33.
Yes.
So I've heard recently that counts as a crit.
Yeah.
That means they
So
can't
what are you doing?
dodge, parry, or...
Nope.
Nope. No resistances. Eat
hits
it
all
to the
three of them.
face.
What are you doing to these poor children? Who I will remind you are children.
Listen.
I now have this mud running down my face
Uh-huh.
from rolling, so Xandra's just getting up, but it still looks like her coat is slightly fluttering from when she jumped earlier, but it's just the static electricity from the fire causing it to, even in the rain, start like dancing on end as she throws the needles and does 12 peril.
To everyone.
To all people in that little cone.
It's just there's that flash of metal, and like we don't see the needles, we just see like the little glinting, like the light bouncing off of them, and we hear the as they all go like flying through the air, finding purchase in all three of these kids. A moment where I go, how much peril did you say?
12.
12? Okay. So for you, that's gonna do 1. For you, it has to beat their threshold, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for
You have to
They
cross.
have a -1 to their thresholds currently.
Yeah.
Yes, no, and that I've got accounted for.
Okay.
If you've done one more point of peril, holy shit. It's still bad though. So yeah, all of them drop down 1
Skill rank.
tick on their peril tracks. Ruby is now imperiled. Caleb and Jan are currently ignoring 1 skill rank, which woofer do. That's not great for them.
Slowly shutting their gates down.
Yeah, as these in fact, like as they hit, we kind of see like everybody like Caleb manages to like get his arms up in time to kind of like catch several of them. Poor Jan is like with his foot, he's like trying to move, and it's just up the side of his head. And as Ruby kind of like is coiling back up her whip for the next attack on it, we see just like and like she like kind of like looks down at her chest in disbelief, like what the fuck just hit me? And as we do, there's like that you know, in anime there's oh god, if you've ever seen Death Note, anytime somebody has a heart attack, it does a little doot heartbeat thing, like the screen kind of pulsates. There's like that. There's like woo, and like they're like all of them just kind of like freeze for a second. It's like and they're like this. Their heads are just like, oh god, for a minute as they kind of reel from this needle attack, which has drawn no blood and like hasn't really sunk into their flesh.
It does not deal damages.
No, but it just wow. That's
Everyone's
a lot.
spraying needles when they're in your skin.
It's across each person, but that did 3 peril. Like that's intense. That is. Oh, actually, yeah. So, is there anything else Xandra's doing with any of her remaining AP?
I have no remaining AP.
Okay, you're out of
I
AP.
had to use a fortune in order to do that.
Gotcha.
It's 2 and 2. It's 2 fortune to get up, 2 to do my big attack.
Okay.
I mean, you got very good payoff.
Use that.
So it is on to Ruby is the only one on my side left. So she takes she like looks down at those things and she just like reaches in with like one hand on all of them and like tosses them aside, and we see them kind of like cling against the side of a of like an exposed piece of concrete that's coming up through the ground, just like tinks against them. And then she is going to remember what the fuck ability she has. One moment, please talk amongst yourselves.
I was gonna say, Big Gray. I don't think anyone can concede that dragon might actually eat them.
I don't know if that would entertain him.
Let's see here.
Okay, just marking who got.
She's in.
Okay.
They all have -1 to thresholds.
She is going to.
And
She's
we're
less
all
afraid of
inspired.
Esme now. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, because Esme's literally covering her ears, muttering to herself behind Artyom still.
Yeah. So, and she sees what you've done to her friend, so she wants to return the favor. So she's just gonna do to you what she tried to do to her friend for a start. Yeah, she when she's got the whip back around, she kind of like does a once around her, and then like pops it up from below over at Artyom.
Mm-hmm.
Which I need to make a resolve check on, or not resolve, goddammit, focus check on. I read the wrong damn rule, or thing. Words. I'm gonna roll dice. 59. Whoa, honey, cutting it close there.
So that was a spell?
That was a spell.
I'm going to use an AP as a reaction.
Okay.
To use the other thing I bought with 50 XP.
Okay.
As he- Let me see if I can roll this first, though. See if I can.
Okay. What just happened? What's happened? What just happened?
Everyone bought toys.
What just
Nope.
happened?
Didn't work.
It's new to you.
Okay.
It's new. I burned the AP. It didn't work.
I've yet
Okay.
to fully teach you.
Well, I believe you still get your resistance though to the spell.
Yes, I still get to resist it, though. What is the
so,
resistance?
That is on resolve.
It's a resolve test?
It is a resolve test.
Alright, that's a little better.
As this
That will exactly hit my resolve on a 50.
Boy, were you fucking cutting it close.
So it's as it like uncoils along the ground and we see like the water like flip up with it as the whip kind of starts like cracks up towards Artyom, and you very deftly like slide out of the way one direction, and
He was
go
in the
ahead.
middle of taking a step forward with his left foot and about to pirouette and turn around. His right hand starting to glow green slightly for a second before he had to break away, realizing he was going a little too slow.
And yeah, it turns out like because you saw the whip coming one way, and then at the end of it, she kind of like wrenches her wrist around, and it starts to pop the other direction, like it's about to hit you in the back of the head, and you kind of have to like duck down out of the way as these two whip strikes go like quickly over your head, and then a third one like smacks down like just by your thigh. She pulls the whip back over to her again to ready another attack. Well, crap, that was no good. Hey Ruby, you still got 2 left. What can you do? What can you do with 2? You can do something with 2, right? Ooh, dirty tricks. Dirty tricks is a thing. Do you have to be engaged with somebody to dirty trick?
Yes.
You do?
I think so.
I think you do. I think you do. I think that's how that works. Oh god. Dirty trick shows up in this book so many times. Here we go.
And it's
Dirty
only
tricks,
1
here we
AP.
go. When engaged with a phone. Okay. Phone. Foe. When engaged with your phone. Phone, I really felt like over
Here's
the
here's the rub. If she advances within reach distance, she counts as engaged if she has a weapon equipped. Well, no, we don't do that.
It's weird that because we don't do that.
So
and
then,
this is
yeah,
one
it
of
has to
those-
be engaged.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it gets kind of hinky.
No, have to be engaged. That's all.
Yeah. So she's not gonna be doing that, but she is.
There are
going...
talents to adjust that kind of a thing. I don't think it breaks it.
No, it's just I need to. Again, it's one of those things where I just gotta like kind of think about it. Okay. Well, in that case, she is just going to.
Sort of
She's gonna
pulls out a
hustle
Molotov.
actually, because she doesn't want to get hit by friggin' right, because I junked up the friggin' terrain a bit. So
You
what
did.
she's gonna do is spend her second AP to hustle up and get some high ground essentially, because like the ground like she's standing on is like at a friggin' incline at this point. And she's going to go up a shard of concrete
Was she engaged?
above and away from you
No.
guys.
No.
Okay.
Ruby
That
was
is
the
her
one
action.
further away from everybody. She
Okay.
wasn't actually engaged with.
Yeah.
All right, so that is onto y'all's activation again.
Mm.
At the bottom of the round. Yeah,
Mhm.
Esme,
Yeah.
in fact.
On the
Esme is
bottom. I don't know actually.
so
She
you're-
probably doesn't know. So Ruby is definitely further away, but you still have the 2.
You could actually rotate behind us and flank around on Caleb.
At this point,
My
And-
burst would hit both.
Yeah, from your
If I
spot.
can-
Yeah,
yeah,
if you
your
cast your
turn,
burst. Yeah, do
So
it.
she's like I said, she's still been covering her ears, talking to herself, and she finally steals herself and takes something out of her pocket. Like a bunch of wrappers kind of fall to the floor as well, and then finally she pulls out the fucking and uses smelling salts for the 1 AP.
Totally.
Take my conflict.
Just a little.
Woo! Oh,
Cursor.
Okay, I was like, is everything all right? And her eyes just start lighting up, like rolling around like cats at 3 a.m, like. And I'm going to try one more fucking time to cast that horde of vermin.
Sure.
So now I'm not taking my negatives, thankfully.
Your
I need a
negative still is
65.
fucking. Jeez.
Yay!
That'll do it.
As she's kind of pulling her hands away from her ears and kind of getting up and moving. Any place her limbs were leave behind this trail of an echo of another ghost limb that slowly starts to form into kind of like a mauled body of different states around her, and they start reaching out and snaking forward. And it is a burst around me, so anyone in 6 yards.
So that'll definitely hit Caleb and Jan.
But you took
6
a
yards
talent.
is pretty far.
Yes, I did take a talent. So as these like ephemeral fucking corpses are slowly.
That's gonna hit Ruby as well. At 6 yards, yeah, because that's 3 times 6 is 18 feet. She's not that far away from me.
I'm really bad at distances, so I appreciate the added help with spatial awareness.
Hey, it took me a minute there. No, she's not that far away. She's still within whipping distance of people.
Oh, then she's definitely within
Yeah.
Yes.
6 yards.
Apologies, I should have made that clear. She's definitely within range in that case.
I mean, I made her very cinematic, so she was taller because I was lower, and therefore
yeah, there is definitely a height difference. She's like above you guys, but like if it's just in that range, she's within that circle from above.
All right, so what's their resistance?
There isn't.
There is no resistance.
No, limbs. You suffer 1d10 plus my willpower bonus for every turn they are within it.
Are you for real?
Horde of vermin. You can find this in the Mongosh supplementary book.
It's based off of.
Yes.
Thanks for the French book. Okay, so they just all take damage. Okay.
What?
For every turn they're in.
They can escape it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they just have to get the fuck away from you, which is gonna be really tricky. Okay.
Ah, it's almost like I thought about that.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I
no,
also
one of them
picked up the talent, I believe, is Winds of Change, which makes it so that the two of them will always be safe as these corpses are slowly slinking and inching forward around, but they're going.
Does Xandra see this? Do I
So
actually see these?
how hard does
corpse
this land?
Let's find out.
How much damage do you do?
Yeah.
Are these
Let me tell you.
visible to everyone? That's the question.
Yeah.
I would always assume that like whenever she's using them as part of attacks, her ghosts are fully visible.
There you go.
You just hear a very loud, high-pitched
Aw.
yelp from the corner.
Only 7 this turn.
Only 7. All right, and everybody takes it from one roll. So
I
that
would
hits.
assume you don't roll individually.
That hits
No.
Ruby for 1. She is lightly damaged. It does not hit Caleb. Caleb
There it
manages.
is.
It does, however, put poor Jan at moderately injured. Does the spell do injuries by any chance, or is it one of those that doesn't do injuries?
It's. I don't
It
think
usually
it's-
specifies.
No, it does not.
Basically,
Unless it states
yeah.
that it can do injuries,
Yeah,
it does
it'll
not
call
do
it out.
injuries.
Okay.
Okay. So these are just like, is it just like hands and arms, or is there no other like part of it, just like hands coming through the ground with little bits of arm on them?
It's different parts of bodies, almost like when you're pushing through a crowd and you're not fully sure what part of the person at the con just touched you. But you're welcome for that. But
It
they
is
don't.
okay, so like emanating from like her feet, there's just this. It's a ring of like hands and limbs and arms that are kind of they feel like they're. It's like in a video game, like the clippings fucked up. They're just kind of coming in and out through the ground, and it starts as a small ring around her feet, and then very quickly it's like it just keeps coming and coming and coming in a wave out towards everyone, and it reaches up and grabs onto poor Jan's legs, and at first he's like, ah, jeez, and then he looks over to the right, and it's like, arms are like grabbing onto his shins, his ankle, like one of them's got up to his kneecap. Freaking Caleb like it gets like they start to kind of find purchase, and he just like wrenches one leg free and then wrenches the other one free. And poor Ruby, like we see her like she's like running up that thing, and like you do that, and she like kind of looks down and then looks at her own legs, and like his hands are like they hit the edge of where that concrete is, and then they just shoot up vertically to get to that level. And like it's the same thing. It's like they're just like hands over her shins, just, and like some of them pass through, and they leave these like bruises as they go through their body.
Or leave me hanging.
Fucking hell.
Thanks.
It's just that, you know, the dragon brought an entire parade of people, and Luther's gone, and Brooke's gone, so I had to invite other people.
That's not other people. That's parts of people.
So at the end of that round,
Yeah, I'm holding that AP, my last AP for that.
probably wise, we see a gentleman in like a yellow polo, and he's got is he wearing like a yellow polo with white slacks? He totally is.
Oh no!
Oh.
And his hair is thinning. It's kind of it's gray and it's thinning, but it's still there. He's keeping it. Oh, actually, you know, it's clearly come back up to his temples a bit, but he's got it back in a ponytail. And he's a heavier set gentleman. He looks to be like maybe in his late 40s. And he is just hauling ass from the school building with one umbrella up and like one like tucked under his arm, as he is just hustling just as fast as he fucking can in the direct, like basically perpendicular. So like you guys are here having your fight, and he's just running like this. This is the school. He is hauling ass towards the front entrance just as fast as his little legs can fucking carry him.
Oh.
Is it fire?
Anybody who stops to look is welcome to make a perception awareness test.
Xandra honestly doesn't care about anything
if they
except
want
the
to
fight right
recognize
now.
who this is.
We're all engaged in the
yeah.
fight.
I mean, I
you're
could take a peek, but...
Yeah, like you're welcome to do it. You will all have different levels of test difficulty if you'd like to try to
I
identify
may
this
have
person.
stitched closer to Asteros, and it's making me uncomfortable, and I just want to move again.
Otherwise, there is this portly yellow blur that goes by.
I think we can make the appropriate
For sure.
assumptions there.
The one thing you do notice, like we as the audience notice that this guy, as he's coming, like he sees the dragon and kind of like stops. There's like a skid, and he goes around. He cuts like a wider path, like never kind of it's almost like he wants to bow in deference, but he's not sure what he's supposed to do. He just sort of like stays facing Asteros the whole time and keeps running. Asteros is like a statue. He does not move. He does not like acknowledge this guy's presence. He is completely absorbed in the fight that's going on in front of him, as this dude just like cooks it. As this was going on during the course of that round, that was his. Top of the round. Oh, honey.
He's a lair action.
Jan, you're having a bad fucking day, homie. You're kind of done. You're kind of done. He's at medium injury, and he's at he's at 2 peril and 2 damage, basically. He's ignoring one of his skill ranks, and he's at 2 damage, which is not great for him. So he's in a bad fucking way. God, okay. Yeah, you can't do that right now because you have to do other things, my guy. You could. Oh boy, no, that's not gonna help you. You're already damaged. What else you got?
You can't move.
As if I gave him all the buff stuff. Oh God, what was I thinking? What was your deal? Why did I get you up in Artyom's face? You should be hanging back. Oh, I fucked up. Jan, you're gonna die.
Oh no.
Jan is gonna go for dirty tricks since he can't move. He can still act, right? Just can't move.
Yeah, you just can't move.
Just can't move. All right, he's gonna, since he's down there and there's like arms and ice. Oh fuck! If he doesn't move away from these, he can't move away from these. Doesn't matter. I think that's what it is. I think since he can't move, he kind of wrenches his leg free, and in the process is like swinging up a bunch of shards of frozen mud into Artyom's eyes. So he's gonna go for a dirty tricks as a guile test. Guile, where's Guile? Guile's under fellowship. Oh, Jan, honey. 25 in that right now.
Oh no.
Mine's
Yeah.
a 30.
Wait a second. Double checking. He has
that
negative
takes into
10.
account.
Yeah.
That takes into account the ignoring a skill rank.
And the negative 10 from the Horde of Vermin.
No, that's only if I use something else within it. I could choose. This is
2
limbs.
options. There's
The
2
other option would be the negative 10.
Ah. It either does damage or it does skill hits, essentially.
Yeah.
While you
Buzzing
look
or
that up,
bites.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll. And he's probably gonna fail this anyway. He's probably gonna roll like an 80.
In the game, it's between.
Holy shit, he
rats
rolled an
and
84.
flies.
I'm psychic!
For a second, I thought he made it, and I was gonna
Yeah.
get super happy for you.
I
But
was
I'm like,
really
no, wait, I got it right. He
I was-
failed.
Psychic powers are pretty rad.
84 is a bad number. Why is... Oh.
Because I'm psychic, and I have to take my wins where I can. Jan's leg wrenches free. We see, again, like the hands kind of pass through as he wrenches his leg up, and we see those awful discolored bruises. And there's this, like, fling, this arc of mud and ice. Just goes across Artyom, but it does not blind him in any capacity at all. Oh, Jan.
It just kind of splatters across his chest.
And then he's gonna, well, fuck it. You know what? He's going to go for a heavy attack then. Like, as his leg comes up, again, he's just gonna... Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll. He's gonna go for a heavy attack that is slow... Oh yeah, those things have reach. I gotta remember heavy attacks have reach. So, it's a little
the big
easier to
button.
dodge, but it's a big button.
It's slow, though.
He's gonna press his big slow button. Not even know... Okay, yeah, I know why. Honey, that's a 71. That's not gonna fucking... I'm gonna burn one of my fucking... Fuck
Yeah,
that.
Oh.
you got him.
All
I'm burning
right.
a misfortune. Jan, you've got a chance. It's only 40%, but you have a 40% chance of landing this. Let's go, buddy. 17. That's what I'm talking about. So as he does, he kind of like swings his whole body around and plants the left foot to wrench the right foot free. And it's just this like flurry of like just like woof, 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 kicks kind of coming at you.
I'm going to parry.
This is slow, so it's a little easier to parry.
So that's going to be a 70 to parry.
Oh man, you don't stand a fucking chance.
That's a 68.
Yeah.
That's very close.
Your dice are stressing me out too today.
Even though it's faster than like any normal human, certainly anyone his age, it's still just like fucking Artyom just like batting these blows aside, just like no.
Poor Jan.
It's the fucking Daigo parry. It's just like no.
Oh,
I feel so bad.
Really get them like a fruit basket.
I want to jump at the end and do an aerial one. Final.
And then yeah, you do the heavy kick into your ultra, with your super rather. All right, that's Jan's fucking go around. He's so dead. Oh, Caleb, what do you got? You got something, right? Let's see. One foe is immediately set on fire. Okay, let's
Oh, my roll.
go with
I'm
that.
sorry, what?
It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. raining.
He
Stop, drop, and roll.
so Caleb, with all these hands and stuff, he just kind of like, you see his left leg slides out a bit to the left, and he like plants the right leg, and he goes into this kind of like horse stance, and turns both of his palms outward, and then he rolls some dice to see if he makes this focus check. Because he's going to try to. It's an 8. That's not an 80. That's an 8. Okay.
You can be happy now.
Yes, and he also spent the EX. I gotta remember that. Keep track of all this EX I'm spending. And he pushes out with his hands, and there's like this like flash of light, this like white energy that kind of like centers in like the middle of him. There's like this like sudden glow, and as he pushes out, that glow like travels through the little hole he makes with his hands. So it's just like this, whoo, like I'm shooting you with like my chakra or some shit. Just whoosh, and this light bolt streaks out towards Xandra.
Great.
Let's see.
Is it instantaneous for the...
No, I'm seeing one. Okay, one foe immediately suffers blah damage. You can inflict injuries with this magic, but they are set on fire instead. Is there really no? So this is bolt of flame, and I thought there was resistance on this. Is there really?
Oh no, it's magic missile plus.
Yeah, it's like super magic missile.
What is
But it's
the...
instantaneous because it does damage and then it possibly could
So
set
it is
someone on
instantaneous,
fire.
so I couldn't even counterspell it if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can. You can
I thought I
counterspell
couldn't counterspell.
instantaneous.
Oh,
No, I thought.
no.
No,
You
because we
can't.
double checked, and counterspell specifically calls out that you can't use it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you've just got a D10 plus his willpower bonus of damage headed your way. Neat. I hurt somebody. Maybe. Let's find out. Let's see how I roll. What's your willpower bonus, buddy? 4. Okay. So. Oh. 11. That's 11 damage. Just.
Oh, one higher.
No, it need to be 2 higher. 3 higher now because you upped my damage threshold currently. Inspired me.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at your peril threshold.
Oh.
No.
Wrong one.
My
Yeah.
peril threshold
this is your
currently
damage
base
threshold.
10.
So you can take 1.
I'm gonna take 1, so I am lightly wounded.
Okay. So that does not inflict an injury, which in this case would actually set you on fire.
Yes. You still roll for the injury, but if you would cause an injury, you are instead lit on fire rather than rolling injuries.
Yep, correct. But this does not cause a air quotes injury.
Yeah, it's magic missile plus.
So that's his good. Yay, somebody did a thing. Good on you, Caleb. You're a good fight boy.
Just hugs everybody from their favorite teachers. You all tried real hard today.
I think for his next thing, God, is he gonna go for perilous stunt? Yeah, he absolutely is. He wants to fucking tackle Artyom is what he wants to do. Yeah, he wants to go. He wants to try to take down an Artyom. Like after he kind of like does foof and like this light ball just like blasts into the middle of poor Xandra, and like we see. Like, it's not like fire. We see, like, it's like the light is made of liquid as it kind of spills across her body and dissipates. It's like you got hit by a water balloon made of light. It just rolls off of you and dissipates as it, like, falls into the rain.
A light grenade, you might say?
I'm sorry, what?
A light grenade, you might say?
A light grenade, yes. And...
This is literally the light grenade stance for Piccolo.
Nerd!
Oh my god, it totally is.
You just did... You did a very small version of light grenade.
I totally did.
Accidental Dragon Ball is also the subtext for this game.
Yeah. Between Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack and now
light grenade.
Light grenade.
Mm-hmm.
So like after he like does that, like he like brings his hands up into the foof, and like we see as he like foofs like that, like the rainwater goes whoosh off the back of his shoulders and his back and his arms as he turns towards Artyom and probably fucks this up horribly, honestly. Let's see.
As long as his eyes don't open. Once his eyes open, then
Oh no.
That's a good point, actually. This is coordination again.
that's when he's gonna do the ground shake.
I keep forgetting. Shit.
The only thing people can do in hard terrain is hustle. You can't charge, you can't maneuver.
Oh, that's right. I gave it, when you deal damage, you can force a foe to resist a takedown. That's what it was. That's what I fucking gave this guy. He's not supposed to be fucking doing takedowns. He's supposed to be fucking punching you because he's a grappler.
I mean,
Mirror
the
match.
fire did hit.
No, it has to be with a punch, with a button.
The book doesn't specify. I am choosing to rule it that way. The book just says when these creatures deal damage, they can force a foe to resist a takedown.
Usually, enemies that
But
have
it's
that
called-
quality are like.
The trait is called ripping teeth.
Yeah.
Like,
I was about to say.
I
it's-
appreciate their implication there, and I'm just going to choose to rule. The whole point is that if he goes to punch you, he's actually a grappler. But
I like my
in
team.
any event, he rolled a friggin' 80. And I'm just going to...
You want to reroll?
No, screw that. I want to reroll. I'm going to
Do
spend
it.
another misfortune. We're doing it. I've got the, it's 8 o'clock. We're an hour in. Fuck it. 62. Okay, so no, he goes.
Come on!
It's
It's a lockup.
he goes like you just like lock up. Well, it's for flavor. It's not actually anything mechanical. But like the two of you like lock up, and like he opens like we see like the eyes go. They open, they're still-
We do the old test of strength.
Yeah, and it's just like.
The locked fingers and
it's like we just see the grin on Artyom's face getting bigger and more manic, and like his is getting more worried, and we see the sweat starting to bead.
And then it's just like the chest bump to send him back like just
like-
a couple of steps.
And like as the two chests impact and the two of you like bounce off of each other again, the water just like there's like a a fucking dome of water.
wave.
A concussion wave goes, whoosh, and the two of you slide in the mud. Like the mud leaves a track as like it leaves a track through the mud, and the hands get like kind of like as you guys pass through them, they sort of like evaporate because there's so much force there before they are slowly replaced by the creeping hands again.
Wait, Jan, and does that tick on your turn, or does it tick on the end of their turns?
It says for every turn, so...
They do not leave?
You have my books.
I'm kind of sharing them right now.
We'll share textbooks!
Let me just open up the teacher's aid 1 second. Because it's in Mangosh, right?
It is in Mangosh.
Try the new one.
Let's see here. For every turn, they remain within the burst template of the rats.
Right? So it doesn't clear...
So how do you want to do that? Do you want it to tick on the end of their turn for not getting out, or do you want it to tick on Esme's turn?
Yes, let's make it weird.
We'll do it at the start of Esme's turn. I think it's the easier way to do that.
Okay.
Then.
Okay.
I'll write that on my sheet,
start of Esme's
turn.
Because, it's a little awkward. They should specify. We're going to say it starts at the top of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Both of them ended their turns inside
you have
of
more
it.
spells in there. Because I know how Glasgow Kiss works. It's one of my other powers, so. Okay.
All right, so it is now on to y'all's activation.
Do we want to tick them for a bunch of damage?
These kids do not have a lot of fight left in them, is what I will say.
What do you think?
They are looking
I was
bad.
gonna try to make one run randomly. And...
Well, right now they're in a thing, so if we...
We do have 2 activations, though.
Yeah.
If you hang on, I will say, if you can make them run away randomly and they leave the combat area, that is considered a forfeiture of their ability to continue in the fight. The fight continues with any remaining combatants, but they are no longer considered part of the fight.
But they may run out of the range of the horde.
So if we have 2...
At that point, they're out of the fight anyway.
But if we do 2... No, they're not. There's still room
They
in the
have
quad.
they have to move a couple of spaces
Yeah.
before they get there.
They would have to move out of the quad, essentially, the little like area between the 3.
Okay.
So if we hit them with this damage, then you take the one right after me, then you can make one of them run, especially if there's one engaged with me, then I get an opportunity to attack on them too, if you make them run.
And technically I've hit all
In
of them
fact,
with
I'll
needles
just
now,
arbitrarily
so I have
say
good fluff. I'm okay with that.
If you can make them run more than 30 yards, they're definitely outside the arena.
That's the motion that they have to do.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
multiple
That's how far they have to run.
Okay. We have
Cool.
we're doing that?
So boom and then boom.
Alright. Alright, so it's top of the turn, it is plus my 6.
Alright.
Can we get this in the thing? Okay.
Rules are for other people.
13.
Thank you. 13 Damahes.
Jesus, everybody's still inside of it, so...
I think the longer they're out, the more ravenous they start moving. It's like when you wake up and you take a minute to kind of like, that's right.
That is so bad for everybody. Okay, so... Real quick, Ruby takes 2. That puts her at Sirius. Jan takes 2. That puts him at Grievous. And... Caleb takes 1. Okay, so yeah, like the it's that the hands are they stop looking quite so like ghostly and spectral, and they start having physicality to them. And like as they reach in and like they're now digging into people's flesh, like they're finding they can't pull their legs away in like it's a mist that's around my legs that looks like a hand. It's a hand. They have to wrench my foot away from that. And like as they do, like it's leaving cuts and gouges and bruises behind. Poor Jan. One of them reaches up and like grabs his thigh, and you hear a crack. And just like he just starts screaming. Ruby like loses her footing up there, and like falls backwards and just starts screaming.
Oh no, you look so cool up there. No,
So that was just the start of your round, or your turn, your go. You did your auto damage. How long does this go for?
It is for 9 minutes.
9 turns.
Yeah.
It can be dispelled though because it is out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did I give dispel to? I gave it to Caleb. He already acted, you dumb bastard. Why did you want to be a wrestle boy? I didn't think about that. All right, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, I'm just gonna say Ruby falls back into the hands and is screaming. Fuck it.
And then there should be the one person in range of me, right? If I use a heavy.
If you use a heavy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you would be
You
able
can
to
get
hit
Calum
either
or Jan.
Jan or Calum.
Perfect.
You'd be able to hit.
I feel really bad for Jan, but
So hit Jan?
yeah.
Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna,
Oh no. I know what the heavy is. Something with reach?
Do you know what my heavy is?
I have a feeling I thought that was,
Ivy.
No.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, that's,
No.
okay.
Yeah. There. Combat, that's right. It's a 60. That's a crit success?
That's an 11. So that's crit success.
So,
So what do you do to Jan?
normally, she goes to, like, move in a little from the side of Artyom where she'd been hiding, and she darts in and she brings her knee up, one of the polka-dotted socks, to, like, crack it into the body, but... The body! But from behind, one of the spirits pushes them towards the knee, so it increases the force of the hit.
Oh,
So it's like someone appearing from behind and being like into it.
Oh my god. He's a puppet character.
D6.
Yes. I'm like, wait, that is a D6, right?
You made a spoop.
Yep. She's a set play character.
Yeah. Like,
If you
fuck,
want to use an
man.
additional AP, you can give yourself another fury die.
Yeah.
I'll
So
tell
it'd
you
be
this
2d6?
much because you should have this information at this point.
Punishing.
Jan's damage threshold is 6. If you do
Yeah,
more than
spend
6
the extra AP
damage,
and then
he's
just
done.
put him out.
You do more than 6 damage, he's dead.
5. Plus
Plus...
combat bonus?
Oh, plus 6.
11.
Oh, so 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't
Slain.
used those before. It took me a second. I
Well,
didn't realize.
KO.
They're really good. Yeah, it's not slain. They're knocked out.
You knee him and his head flies off and it disappears into the sun.
It's like a soccer game.
And then it's a gout of blood and gore as it sprays upward into the... No.
Oh, it's Tokyo Ghoul! Oh crap, that's the anime we're in!
No, yeah, it's is it Luther we see behind, or is it a different ghost that like goes to shove? Is it a ghost we've never seen before?
You mentioned Luther and Brooke were both gone, so I imagine it's probably any of the other like children ghosts. Or,
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we see someone who's a little bit older than Brooke, but you know, still a kid. Maybe this kid's like 11 or so.
It's easy to tell when they're not melted too.
Yeah, well, he's still his eyes are still very like very grisly, very grim. And his hair is just this kind of shaggy, matted mess. And there's just 2 bullet holes in his chest, like right where his heart is, just like boom, boom. And we see him, he's on the ground, but we see him like leaping up and pushing, like he leaps up to push this other kid in the back towards you. And like poor Jan just like, what the fuck just hit me? And then we know exactly what hit him as you go, boom, and again there's that little shockwave of like bruh, and the splash of water as his head snaps back the other direction as your knee makes clean contact with like the bridge of his nose, and he crumples to the floor.
I did good. Wait, you can't do that. You're grappling.
No, we separated.
Oh,
There's
okay.
There was no actual
There was no hold up.
no hold.
Jan is no longer part of the initiative order.
Ah, Jan was
First
first,
It
so
was first.
they lose their top.
They lose. Yes. Your bottom cost them their top.
She's definitely a top from the bottom kind of gal. It's fine.
Okay.
It's still. Fuck, Esme still got AP left. If
Yeah.
there's anything else you want to do.
I'll hold on
Otherwise-
to it.
Yeah, for defensive?
Yeah.
Well, I hit all of them with the needles, so when Calum left Xandra to go and try to attack Artyom, no one noticed her fingers just sort of twitched at her side as if she's holding on to puppet strings. And suddenly she just reaches her hand up, grips it, and pulls, and she casts Addle Code. which is technically called gate glitch disruption.
There we go. I want to know what's written in kanji when you do it.
Succeed because it's petty.
It's petty, yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do it. I succeed, so they can resist with scrutinize to see if they notice the wires before the electricity hits them.
Sorry, who is this aimed at?
Calum.
Calum. All right. Resist with. I'm sorry, my hearing is not the best. Resist
Scrutinize.
with. Scrutinize.
Yeah, he has to notice the wires are wrapping around his head.
Honey.
At least it changes
Did
it
I
up.
not describe him as a gentleman whose eyes are perpetually squinted?
No!
He opened them to attack Artyom.
Are you gonna roll under a 35?
Oh no.
You're super or not? That's a 93.
There's points.
He doesn't resist. What happens to him?
Roll a d6.
Okay.
Does that happen on his turn,
Yeah,
or...?
it's at the start of their turn. They roll a d6 to find out what they're able to do.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I've got my results. But yeah, it is not his turn. So you just send electricity down this thing?
Yeah, basically, it's small sparks of electricity. I'm trying to completely disrupt his gates and leave him unable to control his body.
Okay, so it's not like a big like lightning bolt. It's like small like little.
Yes.
Because it's a scrutinized test to avoid it, I decided to go more subtle with it. But if you
Totally.
look closely, you can see the sheen of the wires as they come
Yeah.
off of Xandra's hand.
Again, it's like your needles. Like we don't really see the wires themselves. We see like the glint of light tracing to him, and like it turns out like it's around like his arm or something. And you do that, and we see him in profile, and his head just kind of like snaps up, and his eyes snap wide, and like the background goes black, and we see that like lightning bolt effect behind his head, just like what? As something is done to him.
His mind gate has been disrupted.
Yeah. So, anything else out of Xandra?
No.
Okay.
That's
Ruby,
fun.
Good.
Oh, Ruby
yeah,
Tuesday.
this was good.
How many EX do you have left?
Let's
6.
see.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't really been
Seriously
casting
wounded.
spells.
Yeah.
True. That's right. Your burst is your
I've been using
unique
my bursts.
attack, which is just extra AP.
Oh, that's right. When this creature is seriously or grievously wounded, add 1d6 fury die to damage they inflict. Oh yeah. So Ruby, like again, she's getting like cover those hands, and then there's just this like, and like she like. We see her like whoof up like this up out of the hands. It's just got this like contorted like I'm gonna fucking kill you guys look in her eye, like the giant pulsating vein, and like as she goes like this, like we see the arms kind of like fall off of her, but they kind of disintegrate, in slow motion, and like her gaze just like falls on poor Esme. And she is going to essentially leap off of this thing, whip in hand, and just becomes this like cloud of like whipping attacks as she's like flying downwards at Esme. She's gonna come in with she's gonna go for a heavy attack. Actually, that's what she's gonna do. So she essentially hustle. Could I make this a charge? What does charge do?
Can't charge.
Hit.
Can't
Hard
charge.
to read.
The dragon did it.
Right, can't charge because of all the mud. That's right. Thank you for the reminder. But
It's
she's
really
gonna
cool
hustle.
and
So that's gonna...
cinematic. Is he still just staring?
Sorry, what?
Is he still just staring?
Caleb?
No.
No, the
Oh,
dragon.
Asteros. I would need awareness tests to see what he's up to. You guys are pretty focused.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to because I am focused on the fight.
Okay.
I'm focused on currently the wires attached to Caleb's head.
Is that gonna cut it, Ruby? It is. That's a 45.
I will parry.
So okie dokie. It's slightly easier because this is a slow attack.
Mhm.
So 70.
Yeah. That's a 71.
Damn it! Ow.
I have AP.
Oh.
I will shield wall lightning reflexes.
It's just after she'd finished, like, high-fiving you. Did I do good?
Wait, so yeah, you're both going to high five, and then like he like looks up, and like the high five just becomes onto the top of your head as he pushes like down and away, like. Like,
Yeah,
over here.
that'll do it because this is a 70 for me to block. So yes.
Shit. All right, so that just gets parried then,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yep.
Yeah. I think yeah, you like push her down and like reach up and grab. Like the whip is going a million different directions. You just reach up and like grab it and wrench, and she just falls to like boom onto the ground.
Her little anime antenna. Thanks.
I just
And it
imagine
is,
from out of frame, all you see is the
Yes.
antenna and the little
It
like
does a
points of your bow.
He releases the whip back to her.
Yeah. Y'all's activation. I don't know who's left over there. I think it's Artyom.
Now I refresh with all of my AP. Do you have that one?
I can?
Okay, I will take care of friend. Turns to Caleb,
Oh.
takes a big step forward, and I'm going to use my unique attack.
I just want to scream walk every time you do something now. It's the energy. There's so much Fire Force energy there.
That's going to miss. Mind if I fortune?
Sure.
I'm down.
As you like.
Mm.
I want him to survive long enough to run. Or do something.
That's a crit now, because that's a 66.
Good God. All right. So what do you do to this poor child?
Oh no, wait, that's a miss.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, my combat is a 60 to hit.
You rolled a 66.
I rolled a 66. That's a crit fail. So I
Oh,
take
no.
Ooh.
I take 2d10 plus 2 peril as I fuck up.
You do. Let's roll some peril. Oh God. Oh God.
I have a decent peril threshold right now though, so.
And you have a +1.
I also rolled a 4. So 6.
Doesn't even pass the first.
Yeah. So what were you trying to accomplish with this?
Oh, I was gonna go for my command grab. So it's basically that big whiff with the arms across
Yeah.
and on one foot doing the step.
Yeah.
It's the mud. It is slippery.
Yeah,
All is fine.
Yeah. You're going in, it's just, you can't get any footing, any traction.
And he will hold off at that point.
Okay.
Not because that's 2 AP. I have 1 AP left, so that gives me 2 defensive options. Should I?
Back at the top of the round. So, Caleb is going to activate first. I rolled a 5.
Oh, what's the 5 do?
Cannot attack anyone, but able to defend himself. So he can't attack. He's basically completely helpless. But at the end of his turn, he gets to make another scrutinize test.
You do your little whiffer doodle.
He goes to move, and Xandra's fingers just go, and just slightly move.
Yeah, and like his arms like wrench backwards, and he's doing the like his arms are shaking, and he's looking at him, and like he's clearly trying to move them, but they don't like go. And then he just kind of puts his hands up.
Can you possess people?
No, it's wire. See?
He has put his hands up and does nothing with his turn at that point.
Okay. Well, he gets a scrutinize test now to resist.
Yeah, his 25.
Oh,
might.
listen, that's not a
42. No,
Aww.
he has no idea what's going on. He's putting his hands up.
It's like suddenly I
clearly
can't
yields.
move.
It is now y'all's go if you wish to do anything. Jan is, again, he's like laid the fuck out. You have 2 activations before Ruby's allowed to do anything. And Elam's done.
More limbs?
Sure.
Yeah, immediately activate the limbs and
Yeah.
just let them do their thing.
Yeah. Are you great with that?
Yeah. I am.
Then
Once the fight's over, before the ref's even getting there, I'm gonna go over to heal Jan. So.
Aww.
Oh.
ew.
No, the
show
dragon. No,
weakness.
the dragon did this, so you can't kill them like you can kill bots.
12.
People don't grow back.
Well, the Mahes.
12 damage. 12 damage. All right, so That's okay. So Ruby's slain. And
Just to let you know, Caleb could have...
he could have moved out of it. He takes
No,
more
he could have
damage.
dispelled.
Oh, he could have dispelled. That's true. That's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm okay with Ruby being slain.
I'm just for Adult Code, it gives you the command of what you can't do or what you have to do that
but
time.
dispelling counts.
But I could have. Yeah. No, you're
Does it
absolutely
say
right.
you can't do anything else on your turn?
Cannot attack anyone but can defend. Page 313 of core.
Yeah,
Hold on.
cannot attack anyone or cannot take an attack action. Because we can't take an attack action. Although counter spelling is a reflex or a response action. So
You can also cast it as an AP.
Yeah.
Because it also has the dispelling an effect.
yeah, that
Counter spelling is a reaction, which you need the dispel.
Versus dispel magic.
Oh, magic, which is an attack action. Yeah. Yeah, he could have. You're absolutely right, and I should keep that in mind in future for like more serious
attack
fights.
anyone.
No, it's just cannot attack with a phase 5.
But honestly, he just saw somebody go down. He is so completely brain fucked.
Must roll 16 at the start of their turn. If the result is fade. Oh, yeah, it doesn't say that they can't take any other actions on the turn.
They just can't attack.
Okay, they just can't attack anyone. They can't like target
on
someone.
that result.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yes, on the result of 5, obviously. But you know what? Here we go. I'm curious.
Because there's some that just force them to lose AP. There's some that
make them run in a random direction. There's one that makes them attack their nearest ally. There's choices.
What's his current focus? He barely makes the roll.
Honestly, it's way better than the D&D Confuse because this one doesn't have the possibility of them attacking you still.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does. If you remove the AP, they can.
So anyway, I'm gonna just keep rolling. Honestly, it's a fair enough mistake that he made. He's in a place. My brain also was in a bit of a place, but I'm kind of okay with like those when you pulled her to the ground with that that whip and like let go of it, the hands just like consume this poor girl. As they have Jan, by the way, who's also prone. This carpet of limbs, which is why he's just like. That's why Caleb's just like, fuck this noise. But again, you have the initiative here. If you want to do anything to him, he is technically still up. We haven't hit the bottom of the round. You're welcome to stop fighting. That's your call to make.
Yeah, with one AP, she could just move it, just center around him. So she's just like... and just starts corralling and walking with the rest of it to like center up the limbs around. This fight's still going.
Meanwhile, there's just this like circle around Xandra that isn't filled with these limbs that she's standing in, just holding her hand out, just like.
Mind if I activate?
Go for it.
He just turns, takes a step towards Caleb. Do you surrender?
He nods like furiously.
Hey, the fight is over now.
From above, your little referee kind of back down into the courtyard.
I immediately let go of the needles, and what was attached to the back of the needles that was still attached in Caleb just snaps back to my hand.
Oh, Jesus. We see that glint come back.
Yeah.
Winner has been decided. Decision for defending team. A little confetti.
Oh, it's all wet now, and
Yeah, like it goes out and then like immediately like falls and sticks to it.
By the way, my bangs, despite being wet, are still defying gravity.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's the rule.
But Xandra's sitting there just wiping she got a bit of a bloody nose when she got slammed to the ground before, so she's just wiping the blood off her face. It's like.
And again, the blue light turns green. The hands, Esme, what happens with the hands?
she kind of edges them closer to Xandra, and then kind of steps over.
I immediately just start walking back away from the others a bit, still staying in the random combat area, just trying to get away from these hands with his eyebrows raised, like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? What
I don't know, Xandra, what is it?
I don't...
Xandra!
Why are they moving? They're not attached to anything.
So, you know, this there. You said that you wouldn't believe me, but I thought maybe if you actually got to look direct, well, not in the face, don't look in the face, but like look at
the
like
weird
a
green
forearm.
energy line passes over you and you feel that odd sensation. As you do, if anybody has any like damage, any injury damage, it all, as ever, like it passes over your body and it goes away. The mud is all still there. Any blood that has come out of you is still there, but your nose feels fantastic.
I felt something pop somehow back into place in my nose, and I'm just like...
Kinda. It didn't hurt, but it's like you felt it. Like it was like a jarring sensation. It's like popping a knuckle, except it was your nose. Which is very disconcerting.
Hate that.
And you felt no pain. No pain whatsoever. As it kind of passes over you. And the rest of the crowd, of course, as well. The crowd, the other team.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of weird gray bodies that were with, so that's like a crowd. That justifies a crowd. There was a lot of people watching our fight this time, guys.
Caleb walks over, grabs Jan's unconscious form and huffs it onto one shoulder. Reaches over, grabs Ruby's unconscious form, huffs it underneath his left arm.
Could I potentially, because bind wounds can be used on one person once a day, my bind wounds, because I do the acupressure and I have the trait that lets me do it, also takes care of peril.
Yeah, because they also have their peril. Their peril's still where it's at.
So I'm gonna look over at you guys, and I'm just gonna look over and just, there's this dead, no emotion stare over at Asteros as Xandra walks forward and just hits a couple pressure points on each of them.
Sure. I presume there are skill rolls involved in that?
Yeah.
Heal test.
Still won't admit that they're ghosts.
Medicine test.
We'll
There you go.
talk about this
After the fight has been called, when you look over at him, he has unfolded his arms and is simply walking away. Back towards the school building. Like he just doesn't even care.
A success on the first. A success on the second. Intelligence is my highest stat. And that is an 8. Yeah, that succeeds. I thought it was an 80 at first. I was like, what? No, I succeeded on all 3 of them. So they each go up, I think, 3 steps up the peril track.
That heals everybody's peril. So do you want to describe what this looks like then?
God of High School, Jin Mori style, except that's the one that I can do on people in the middle of battle to make them ignore the fact that they're injured. When I do it, it also can bring people up the peril tracker, and they weren't looking too hot. So Xandra just goes over, and there's no emotion on her face, but she's trying to contemplate what just happened with Asteros. But she just walks over and just starts hitting a few of their pressure points on their neck and their shoulders until
Caleb's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? And you do it, and he's like, and like slumps the other 2 down back into the mud on the ground. And just kind of like stands back as if like, yes, I will wait for you to do the thing. And then you know, is this, do you like do it with like do you do it with your fingers? Do you heal them with just your finger like strikes, or do you
yes, because it needs to be in it needs to be in melee for me to do it. Technically, I need to be engaged with someone, so I'm using primarily pressure points, but it's to reopen the gates that got kind of fucked up by what I was doing.
Ruby regains consciousness. She's kind of like, her eyes blink and like roll over towards you, and it's just, I hate everything. Jan wakes up. he does the Undertaker like pop up, right? Just like what, and is screaming. Just
Xandra's just crouched in front of him, so when he comes up, he almost comes up to her face, and she's just glaring at him as he's screaming in her face.
He just yeah.
Shut up, or I'll shut you up.
As the rain begins to pick up.
It's raining harder?
It's raining a little bit harder now, yeah. He's just screaming.
Well,
Ruby gets up and starts like dusting herself off and coiling her whip back up. Jan sits there in the mud and screams.
well, it was a good fight, yes?
You put your hand out like that, Caleb goes and shakes it wordlessly. Just kind of, Like, he gets this big grin, like, there's no teeth, it's just this,
I love him.
and shakes your hand.
Squeeze a little tighter.
He squeezes back.
That'll go for like a good 30, 40 seconds unless
And while
somebody
that's
else
happening-
interrupts
And
them.
then just watching, she like,
Xandra's still sitting there, not moving away from him as he's screaming in her face. She's just waiting. She'll pull out her phone, which is getting wet. Close it again. Did I get any messages that I'm checking as I'm sitting there waiting for him to stop screaming in my face?
Did you get a text? Yeah, you would have gotten a second text. It's a cake and a picture of like a car and a thumbs up. It's sorry, a picture, an emoji rather. It's a cake emoji, thumbs up emoji, car emoji. You suspect this means that the cake is on the way.
Got it.
Is Esme up to anything?
She's just sitting there staring at her phone while he's screaming in her face, and she's just waiting for him to calm down.
oh, come on, you still won't admit to ghosts?
I would actually like to talk about that later, but right
As
now...
Esme comes over, Jan gets up and starts running, screaming.
Bye! She was just like,
You're welcome!
ghosts! Come on! She like
wish-
grabs the jacket of Xandra and pulls her cloak. Come on! You got
At
to
which
see them
point-
really close!
Caleb lets go of Artyom's hand and begins to follow his roommates. And poor Ruby's just like limping off. It's just like, ow.
Oh, sweet, we don't have to do laundry.
That's not how rain works, Esme.
No, they have to do our laundry. That's how fighting works.
That was the conditions. They
That was
must
the
do our
conditions.
laundry for 1 week.
That's right.
Yep.
I was a little, disconcerted by why
Oh,
did they
actually,
make
yeah,
us
I just
fight?
realized I don't know that you ever got their team number.
349?
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, that's them. As Ruby's like limping off, just leave your laundry at room 349.
Thank you for participating! Wasn't my fault.
Oh.
Yeah, and your dragon friend is nowhere to be found. So here's a question then I have as a GM actually. Considering Astros's what just happened, would you give your players conflict for that? Is that a good place to use conflict? I hate to get a little meta here, but I'm still figuring out that system. And this feels like a pretty big mental hit, like a big emotional, like, yeah, this guy just basically made you Pokemon fight for his amusement. And then
You could call
pieced
for
out
a
at the
roll,
end.
yeah.
Okay.
If you want to roll like resolve or something to make it like we have a chance to work it out in our minds, or if you want just fucking
Didn't I roll resolve when I first
Sorry.
saw?
that was
Right.
different.
Okay,
You-
that wasn't conflict, that was peril.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But even then, you guys passed all those resolve tests, and that was to maintain your composure in any capacity.
Mhm.
Being face to face, like literally with him, is a for any human that's a real struggle of composure. To not basically cower before this god.
No one pooped themselves.
Aww.
Basically, no one pooped themselves. But yeah, give me a standard resolve check then, everybody. Oh wow! Thank you so much.
Success.
Nope.
No!
A fail.
Sweet boy!
Yeah. You're right. You know what? You didn't want to do this. Fighting is fun, but you do not appreciate one.
I
being
didn't like
told-
how it happened.
Yeah. These are supposed to be on your terms, and you're supposed to be fighting willing participants. You're not a bully, Artyom. You've never thought of yourself as such, and indeed, you've stood against bullies at this very fucking school. I want you to take 2 conflict for this. This one, that hurt. That was fucked up, and you did not like how you felt doing it. And they were clearly outclassed. Like, you guys fucked them up. And it kind of feels like you're punching down. You don't punch down.
Yeah. And we still do not know who messed with our room.
Nor are we any closer to finding out anything. I sent an email to the vice principal. Do you want to still go there, or do you want to just go back to the room for now and wait to see if he gets back to us?
Let us go seek out Vice Principal. We had nothing else better to do unless you would like to freshen up a bit.
I wear black for a reason.
Just the tops of the blouse on Esme is slightly tinted blue, purple, and green.
Oh, is your hair bleeding? The color's bleeding out of your hair?
Just a little bit of the shirt is kind of rainbow stained at the moment.
Actually, that's not a bad look.
Do you think they would fuck it up if they do my laundry?
Luther says it's very colorful.
Hey, where the fuck were you?
He just looks at you confused. Like, you don't get a response. He just kind of like cocks his head to the side when you say that. Like he doesn't know how to answer.
I know I shouldn't have cursed. Where were you?
He just sort of cocks his head back the other way, and it's like he gets this far away distance. Like it's like you asked him, why is this potato purple? It's like you asked him that. Like he just can't even parse the question.
Why does ice cream have no bones?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a valid question.
Yeah, it's not that you're asking an unreasonable question. He just seems incapable of answering that. And it's like he's struggling almost, like he can't. Like that look someone gets in their eyes when they're looking for a word they can't come up with, but they've said it 1,000,000 times. He has that look. He says nothing.
You can talk to Carla. I won't be upset, but just say it. God. She's gonna.
Saw Carla today. It is good that she's okay.
Making weird faces at the air as she does.
Yeah. She speaks with Baba Yaga again.
See here, I thought she farted. Let's get to the... What? Let's get to the vice principal's office.
Very strange.
Hard
Very
hats.
strange. And Xandria just follows.
Hard-hatted, I'm not gonna call them fucking deckmen. God, referees.
Refs.
You've ruined me. I'm a ruined woman now. I can't say referee anymore. Hard-hatted referees begin to kind of just descend both literally and figuratively onto the area.
We could combine the two. We can call them deck refs.
Deck refs. Ref decks.
Ref decks.
Ref radas. Anyway,
Refmen.
So, the hot refos begin to kind of filter into the area. And please nobody draw that.
I'm sorry, say it again?
They're fixing up all the damage. It's all I'm trying to. I'm just painting the scene.
Someone with a really hot body with this tube-like head.
Oh, it's like the the ripped Diglets.
Yeah.
But with the ref head.
It's just in the rainwater is like glistening down, sliding down them, and coming off in a sheen. There's like a beam of light that catches just right along, casting a wonderful little glint off of their tiny hard hat as their spindly arms deploy and lift up these giant rocks.
18 plus stream, everybody. It's fine.
Wow.
Rivulets of water cascading down the joins in the black and white lines that surround their torsos.
This is the fan art we need. Somebody. Chat, get on this.
I also have requests in chat for
so
people writing fanfictions.
We're heading to admin now.
Yeah, you guys are heading into the main school building, which means you head out onto the road. Astros, very thoughtfully, this was far enough away from like the lying champions statues. As you work your way chronologically backwards, as you get closer and closer, until, of course, standing there, going like this, looking down at you with his eyes that follow you everywhere, is Maximum Sinclair. Just.
I can't put googly eyes on a statue.
Artyom stops for a second. Okay. Then continues in.
Those weird, just like, no matter which way you are, always look like they're following you.
Xandra glares back, knowing full well it's a goddamn statue, but she won't stop glaring at it.
You get inside, you dribble over the floor. Referee admonishes you in that referee way of just like, please use this provided towel to dry and clean yourself before entering the school grounds, etc., etc. Yeah, like there's as ever, there's never not people moving around as you come in. Some of the students. Yeah, like you go and you squeeze out the water in your hair, and like this huge like whoosh of water falls out, it forms a giant puddle, and the ref just kind of like, out comes one hand, out comes another with like a mop, and just like.
I just imagine another one just kind of over with a wet floor sign, puts it down in front of each of the puddles.
Do they follow us as we
with with a squeegee?
Yeah, actually, as you're kind of dripping, one of them is just like behind you with the squeegee. And you make your way toward like the entryway of this place is. I mean, it's not really super huge, despite the outside of it. Like it is, you see there's a main stairwell that goes up into the other floors, of course. So the central kind of lobby area is like this large, like circular room. Or I guess it wouldn't be because, oh right, that's right. This thing joins in the middle. I need to look at my map real quick. I was suddenly realizing I forgot what shape the building was. Right, it's like a big. So from above, this thing essentially looks like a giant Y. And they just entered the bottom part of the Y, and so yeah, there are staircases going up, like on the right hand side. There's like stairs and escalators and stuff that go up onto the other couple of floors, because this is like a three or four multi-story building. Because I can't say 3 or 4 floor building, 3 or 4 floor building. There's a small not really reception area, but there's a place where the fucking there's a corral essentially for the referee that hangs out by the door. Like these referees are there to like help direct people as a directory. There is indeed like just kind of a general directory saying like what floor, where all the classrooms are and information. You were here. Stuff. Yeah, there's bathrooms nearby, of course. There's because it's by the door, there's like just a ton of like little umbrella stands essentially for people to like drop off and pick up umbrellas and leave them there and let them like dry out and drip out because it's raining like a mofo today. You know that you take actually again because Artyom is in the party. All right,
stairs.
There's an elevator that goes to the 3rd floor. There are escalators that go up to the 3rd floor. There are stairs that go up to the 3rd floor.
Stairs.
We have to work our legs, right?
Yes. Always maximizing every second.
I gotta wait for the elevator.
Wait.
Come on!
No.
Ames? AMES? Sorry, what did you say, Xandra?
I go to wait at the elevator.
Okay. Okay. So the two of you take the stairs. Is it just walking up the stairs, or are you like powering up these stairs?
Oh, it's a chance to train.
Race me.
Oh man, Esme, do you match his pace?
Race me.
We take up spots at the bottom.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would like a contested athletics test between the two of you to see who makes it up to the 3rd floor first.
Any adjustments on difficulty rating?
This is a Yeah, because there's people around, and there are robots harrying you, going, "Hey, please don't run in the goddamn halls."
Is this coordination, maybe?
This is a -10. This is challenging. It's -10, and it's
Okay.
athletics. It's athletics.
Okay.
Coordination is tempting, but it's athletics.
What'd you get?
I crit failed. Oh my god! I like fucking face plants on the stairs from the water.
First step, slam.
Yeah, just slip, wham. Just like headfirst into the fucking stairs.
He's gone.
Oh, come on!
Ding! Xander steps into the elevator.
You step into the.
I got 8 degrees of success, just to let you know.
Oh,
Why are you human? How are you human?
Are we certain?
Oh.
You step into the elevator. Give me an awareness test. At let's see. This will be routine, so that's a +10. No, this is easy actually, +20.
I fail.
Okay. As you step in, like there's mud and water, and you know still wiping away like blood and stuff.
Still blood.
And you get in there, and you're not really looking at who's in there with you. And a deep, pleasing voice just says, going up.
Yeah. Top floor. And I turn and look.
You press it, and the door. You hear the as the doors are closing. We see you turn. And what expression do you make as you're staring up at your father? Holding a cake box.
There's just this it goes completely blank, and then the eyes just widen in abject horror as the doors close, and you just see the eyes widen, and the mouth slowly goes slack as the door just shuts.
This is why you'll always take the stairs from now on.
Yeah, this is how you get Xandra to take stairs.
It was on this day. Xandra goes, stairs.
The elevator begins to go. Oh shit! I almost want to say, and that's where we should take our break because we're just before 9 o'clock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, and that is we're gonna take it just a couple of minutes early. So that's where we're gonna take our break before we get into the back half of tonight's episode.
Oh, I've
I'm wiping blood off my face.
Covered in mud.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Like the guys at Foot Locker. It's
They're
weird.
Imagine the guys at Foot Locker, except you crushed them into a thermos and then made them into robots. So, speaking of thermoses, we have our little, and now back to the show eye catch, and we are in an elevator, and standing in the middle, covered in mud, some residual rainwater, a little bit of blood smear. And her hair, aside from her pointy bangs, rain soaked. Poor drowned rat Xandra is standing between the gentleman you saw earlier, portly gentleman wearing yellow, the white pants. Got no longer carrying an umbrella, obviously. He's got this just kind of, you know, with his little ponytail, he's got this kind of like, this is awkward look on his face, but he generally seems very pleasant, very pleasing, very, very kind sort of look. And Maximum Sinclair, holding a white cake box, staring at his daughter.
Who is staring back and probably hasn't blinked since the door closed, and what probably is only a few seconds feels like hours. As Xandra goes, someone on my team is a fan of yours. Do not.
Everyone on every team is a fan of mine. As the elevator begins to rise.
Do not tell him I am your daughter.
Is there any particular reason I should know Xandra? Sorry, actually, Alexandra. He would call you Alexandra.
Oh,
Sorry.
shit.
Apologies. Is there any particular reason for this, Alexandra?
You know very well my opinion of you, and I don't want to ruin it for him.
All right, I'll make a trade then. Don't embarrass me in front of everyone else. Boom! And the doors open.
Ha ha! You're slow! Sishiha!
Hi there. Excuse me, I just need to get this to the... Say, do any of you know where the vice principal's office is?
We happen to be heading there now, sir. Why don't you join us?
That way.
Perfect. Let's, if you'll excuse me. That's... And like when you see, like, he had this kind of, like, cold demeanor with Xandra. He sees this poor Russian boy, and he just, like, lights up, and he does the smile, the look. And, like, it's like the air behind him kind of glints and glitters.
Not even hiding it, I'm taking out my phone and texting the assistant with just 3 letters. W, period. T, period. F, period.
Esme's looking over at Xandra with, like...
Show Maximum to the vice principal's office, aren't you?
Yes, I will show Maximum to the vice principal's office this way, sir! Turns and just starts...
All right, lead the way. You know, it's been a few years since I've been here, and I know I don't quite remember my way around. And and then filtering out with him, like kind of like moving along in escort style with him, is this gentleman in the yellow shirt and the white pants. Question: who here takes art classes here at the school?
Yeah.
I figured as much. Esme, you recognize this gentleman, and I'm so sorry about how this is spelled.
Oh no!
So
is it like on-demand level spelling that I'm about to?
Yes. So this guy's name is Mr. A Striker. That is spelled OESTREICHER. A Striker.
You can put a pronunciation key next to this.
Yeah, it's A is in the letter A, and then Striker as in the cop from.
The fuck happened?
I don't know. This is not a name I invented. I am not like Dutch or wherever the fuck this name comes from. I just needed a name.
I just want to know what is it?
Yeah, it looks Dutch, yeah.
Is it?
Ostraker.
Surname. Let's see. A Striker. It's German.
German.
Ostraker. It's close enough to Dutch, too.
Its literal meaning is one from Austria, or the Austrian. Oh, German, Österreich means Austria. Oh. Or Österreich. Österreich. Yeah,
so you literally, he's literally named the Austrian.
Yeah, I just pull a name out of a hat, so yes. But most people call him Mr. O. Certainly whenever they're writing about it, they call him Mr. O. No, but yeah, it's pronounced A Striker. Yes, German happened. Yeah, basically. So yeah, like as he's filtering out, he's just kind of like, he just sort of offers this like awkward, like, wave. Poor Archie, of course, and it's like, Esme, and kind of like nods at you, like, hello. Escorting Mr. Mr. Sinclair here.
Yeah. Xandra, are you going with them? She nervously looks to the side, and then it's just like,
there's a moment where you're pretty sure the cape shouldn't have, the coat shouldn't have that much wind in it. As Xandra's just doing deep breathing, slowly trying to keep the face as impassive as possible going down the back of this hallway.
Oh.
Like, just following up the rear.
It's like the thing in Miyazaki films.
Yep.
Yes.
Where like when someone's surprised and the hair just like goes up for like
pretty much the bangs are getting spikier and wider down at the bottom. Like it's just that slow build up, not the disgust bristle that they get. Yeah.
Xandra?
Oh my god. It's wet and cracked from the fight.
It would be.
So it's sticky on the stick.
Emily,
Why don't you
Oh,
hold
God.
on to this for me for later? We'll
Connery.
make some tea, and we'll have candy later.
Okay. You're good?
Yeah, I'm great. There's just that... Xandra hasn't looked at you this coldly since the first day of the academy.
Oh, when I was trying to take pictures of your shoes.
Yeah, when you were trying to take pictures of my shoes out of nowhere.
So, since you're just ahead, like you've got your eyes locked forward, you're doing the robot walk down to get to the hallway.
He's forcing his limbs to move as with every bit of fucking willpower in his body.
Maximum effortlessly kind of like gets up to match pace with you, and he's kind of standing right next to you. He's like, "So, that's the rest of your team, huh?"
Yes! Yes, it is! I'm very lucky to have a very supportive team!
Oh, they're very, very supportive. You wanna tell me about them?
Yes!
It's
all he says. He just keeps walking.
He kind of like looks over at A Striker, who's like, he's trying to keep pace. Like, whoa, geez, okay, we're going fast.
Yeah, he's
And, like,
doing
like,
the big Artyom steps too. Six steps.
Yeah. And he shoves the cake basically into Mr. A Striker's arms. Like, oh, okay, I'm holding this cake now. And he's like, and he puts a hand on your shoulder, Archie. I'm just clump.
How did you get that high? You're a Muppet.
Was that Artyom?
That was
That was
Artyom.
impressive, honestly. A kid. Hang on. Like he like stops you actually. Like your feet keep going, and he's like, hang on.
Xandra stops 10 feet back.
That's why he's just hanging out with you and just looking back at this and just like...
Let me guess. You're kind of a fan.
One might be able to say such things.
I get this kind of reaction a lot. It comes with the territory and that fucking grin. Oh.
He goes into his gi. Reaches in there, gets like almost an arm all the way in. It's secure right in there. And he pulls out a ratty old like soft cover of the essential rules of being a maximum champion. And he just kind of holds it up.
He's actually it occurs to me I should have said what he was wearing. I never actually described what this motherfucker was wearing.
What he looks like.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, I mean, because we've talked about what he looks like, but I guess to refresh people, yeah, like he is a just mountainous chiseled jaw, like fucking Adonis of a man. And his hair it's very similar to his progenies. He's got the kind of the big front lock thing, but in the back he's got like a whole bunch of spinies. Because the more spines you have, the more anime protagonist you are.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the maximum amount of spinies on his his otherwise straight black hair. He's got that stubble that's just like, hi, I'm sexy and rugged stubble, not the oh god, I have had one too many drinks stubble.
So Aragorn, not Max Payne. Gotcha.
There you go. Yes, perfectly. He's Aragorn. He's not Max Payne. If Aragorn had like way more intense eyes, if he didn't have those soft Viggo Mortensen eyes, he like that's him, and he is wearing a light blue like suit jacket over just like a V-neck like white t-shirt and jeans that are way too tight with
Miami casual here, but Miami business casual.
It's Miami Vice casual essentially.
No.
And just the most expensive black shoes you have ever seen. It's like those shoes could buy and sell me. His watch, because like as like he's moving, like you see like the watch he's wearing, it's just like gold and I don't know, platinum or something silvery. It's just like goldy and silvery and huge. And yeah, it looks a very, very expensive Timex or something. I don't know watches.
Rolex? That's the classic.
Rolex.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Not Timex, Rolex. Thank you. My brain is melting. Yeah, this and he's just got like he's got a smile that turns the world on, or RTM in this case, and he just kind of like reaches in to a pocket. And he's like, "All right, kid, who do you want me to make this out to?" And he very gently takes the book out of your hand.
Artyom.
Oh, and then he says to you in perfect Russian, "So have you been in America long?" You know. Except it is in Russian speak, and it's very good. To Artyom.
No.
Keep taking it to the max. Maximum Sinclair. This is so he then says like, sorry, I know my Russian's a little rusty, but so you'll have to forgive the accent.
You have the voice of an angel.
You almost audibly hear a gag in the background as Xandra just has turned off to the side since they stopped and is just like pretending like
I'll hold your hair.
the dirt off of her face, just like
Don't vomit, don't vomit, don't vomit, don't vomit.
He hands it back to you. And then he like just kind of plumps an arm on your shoulder. Just like, thump. Actually, I guess he can't, because you're taller than him. You're 6'8".
Yeah, pretty much.
And he's only 6'2".
Oh my god.
he can do the kind of
Yeah, he like,
casual
he can't really
elbow
get...
on the shoulder.
Easily,
like,
no resistance. Just
yeah, it's just like he brings you down. It's like, so kid, tell me, what you're here at this illustrious academy. You fight. So what kind of fighting you do?
Sambo.
So, hey, you know, Russian, that makes a lot of sense. You're from Russia. Hey, I get it, huh? You know. You know, keeping your guard up, right? You know, it's taking the maximum method.
At all times.
That's right. That's how I know. See, you take this stuff seriously. That book right there, it tells me that you've got an edge none of these other kids, and he actually like points at Esme and then at Xandra, that none of these other kids have around here. You, I can recognize greatness.
Did he just finger gun?
He does that. I think that's your cake.
I think he killed Artyom with his finger gun.
Maximum, sir.
Yeah, kid. Don't have all day, kid. Come on, maximum method. Tell it to me. I know that your inner fire is it's burning, right? It's raging. It's a roaring fire right down here, right in your chest. Whatever you've got inside you, huh? And then he starts saying this in Russian. Let it out, Artyom. Let the world know what's in your maximum fire.
I know you. Oh, and he runs and just bolts.
Yep, I love me too. He keeps walking down the hallway. It's like, yeah, Mr. A Striker's just like, this way. Yeah. Do you want the cake or like, yeah, the cake. Yeah. And they start walking that way towards the, like they walk past camera, and it's just, as they pass the camera, we see Esme and, Xandra. How are those two doing?
There's, looking over their shoulders, by the way, there's just a dust cloud in the courtyard running towards the river.
Oh, you're leaving. You
and
left.
They ran down the stairs, out of the building. He's running.
He'll be back.
There's the little like picture-in-picture of him stripped down to the waist again in the river. Clutching the book.
It's raining though.
It doesn't matter.
If he doesn't come back, this wouldn't have been worth it.
Did you call your dad to make RTM happy?
I asked for the cake. Not
You actually-
what came with it.
Your phone buzzes and you just get a bunch of question marks.
I take a picture of the hallway in front of me of the very distinguished silhouette that is my father in the hallway, and I send it.
Made pictures of your ass.
Your father disappears around the corner.
We need information, so we have to talk to the VP.
Which is the direction that your dad's going in.
You can handle it.
Yeah?
I've dealt with it for
Are you
17 fucking years.
You look like you might actually kill me and then use my body to bludgeon yourself so you don't have to see anything anymore.
It's an idea. And I could just knock myself
Luther
unconscious.
just says, that was weirdly specific.
I know! I know! It's just that's the look. Look at her eyes!
he does. He turns and looks. It's just, and he says to her, even though she cannot see or hear him, "You have very intense eyes."
I agree. They're pretty, but they're really intense. And I just...
What?
Luther leans down and is like inches away from her face.
Wait, you yelled at me for personal space. Come on.
You're not in my personal space.
No, I'm not, because Luther yells at me all the time to be more considerate of people's personal space. Meanwhile, he's literally occupying you.
Sorry. I forgot. You're right. Sorry, Esme. And then he goes back to looking at her eyes again.
I don't... Do I feel anyone in my personal space?
No, you don't feel shit.
Alright.
Looks to your, as far as you can tell, Esme's talking to you.
I'm not in your personal space. I'm over here.
God, you're dumb. Come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Not the first time I've heard that. Just today. It's fine. Let's fucking go talk to the vice principal.
Wait, should we
done
check
with
on Artyom?
I think you should send him a text that he's gonna regret.
Cut to.
Just.
It's really cold out today.
There's a referee. There's two referees. Their sirens are going and they're like waving their arms around, like trying to get you to get out of the water.
It's just a slow, like, accumulation of refs.
You should text him.
I don't know. Okay. And then her phone is just like.
By the way, the book is now inside a plastic bag.
Yeah, just somehow.
He just, on his way, somehow he had a collector's bag ready to go.
Tell him he forgot to take a selfie.
So Esme's typing. Do you want a selfie with Maximum?
As we're walking, following towards the VP's office.
It gets out of the...
When we cut back to you, there is now what is clearly one of the medical staff waist deep in the water, trying completely in vain to pull you out of the water. They're just like, she's just like got her arms like around, like you just.
As soon as he sees the you forgot to get a selfie, he's getting out of the water, putting his top back on, and running at full speed to get back to the building.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the two of you, Esme and Xandra, what do you do? Do you wait for your friend? Do you head on into to where you know the vice principal's office is?
I'm sure he'll catch up very soon. If we can get as much of this done as possible and just leave the fun parts to Artyom, that'd be great. Xandra's gonna continue walking towards the VP's office. Get a walk in basically afterwards.
Go with Esme. You can stay. It's your call.
I'll come with.
Yes, let's go together.
He just like squints for a second.
So Luther like finally stands up from being in Xandra's face.
I know.
And
they're
then
very
turns
pretty.
right and walks through the wall.
Oh, it's cheating, and you know it.
What did I do?
I'm not talking to you.
I'm sorry,
God.
I can never tell.
I'm not even looking at you.
Sometimes you
It's
don't
not
look
always
anywhere when you talk to
About
people.
you, Mrs. Sinclair.
As you turn the corner during this conversation, Mr. A Striker is just standing there outside the giant double doors to the VP's office, and he's just kind of like, "Is there a problem with you two? Is everything okay, Esme?"
Yeah, my friend's just super daft with pretty eyes.
I feel I'd be a bit inappropriate for me as one of the teachers here to comment on how pretty your eyes are, but you yes, are a comely young woman. Sorry.
Oh my god!
You are? I'm afraid I haven't didn't catch your name. I'm Mr. A Striker.
You would be
I
a
teach
fetching
painting.
bride.
Xandra. Sinclair. She says between her teeth.
Oh my gosh.
You
You know you're his.
Why
That
do you introduce
explains-
yourself like that if you hate that?
Because I'm
Wow.
pretty sure he's gonna find out anyway when I tell him my first name and that I'm on your team. If I say it now, they get it out of their way before Artyom comes back.
No, the Russian kid. He's not. He's not in on the whole.
He
Somehow.
likes Maximum too much for me to want to ruin that.
All right. Well, your dad, I guess. He's just in there having a little bit of chat with the with the vice principal. But did you two need something? Can I? Screech! And Artyom has re-arrived. Do you
Yes,
need
I-
something?
I would like a selfie to send home to Russia.
Okay. He gets his phone out and he's like starting to like.
Uh,
Here we go.
Oh,
Just like that.
oh
I mean,
Uh,
you're not in my class, but like, hey, I mean, you mean with the other guy?
no.
I would not mind if you wished to selfie.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
You
sorry.
were you no. I do remember. I think you were champion at one point.
Only if it's I mean, I've been featured in a couple of galleries. Nothing big. I just
Group selfie!
I painted a few album covers.
Which one?
Well, I can't imagine you kids listen to Paranoid Expulsion at all. Yeah, they're really big in Yugoslavia. But I did a couple of album covers for them. I did Blood Peaks, and then Blood Valleys, and then the remix album Blood Lake.
I like the heavy use of the motif.
Yeah, no, I mean, you, of course, Esme, I mean, you've seen the work I've got in the room, so,
Which do you suggest for size? I can get CD or vinyl.
I'm pretty sure they're on Spotify. Between you and me, I don't think the music's actually very good. They just paid me really well. This conversation has taken a very strange turn.
You know maximum. I wish to.
No. I just, that's the first time I've ever seen Maximum in my life. I mean, the guy's a legend. He's not going to talk to an art teacher. I didn't even know what her deal was. They just needed someone to escort him up here with his cake to the VP's office. He needs to talk to Vice Principal Fryer.
We needed to speak to him as well. Yes.
When you look up this guy's album art, by the way, as you were scrolling through on your phone, it is some real, oh God, I'm blanking on the name of the artist, but there's this shit. I wish my wife was here. Honey, you'll know who it is. Maybe you could put it in the chat and help me out. But there's an artist that his whole thing is that he does these fucking paintings of like monsters and women, and they're like really horrifying and awful.
I just
And-
rewatched
Luis
that
Royo?
episode of Psychopaths.
Yeah, just this horrifying stuff. I think that's it. I think that's the right name.
You talking about Royo?
I think so.
You're blowing Cassandra's mind. I have so many art books upstairs.
And yeah, like it's like that kind of stuff. It's like intense. It's like Geiger shit.
Yeah, that's Royo.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's these like awful, like contorted psychosexual vistas. And it's the worst. And that's what all of these album covers look like. Like they're really intense and weird and kind of off-putting. I have no idea what Artyom's musical tastes run along.
Hard bass.
Huh?
Hard bass.
Hard bass?
Yes, hard bass.
Okay.
He listens to hard bass.
Very loudly in our dorm.
Oh, okay. So yes, you're not like pulling down a lot of like black metal albums or anything. Or experimental. This is more experimental industrial. This is more a Nine Inch Nails cover that went awry.
He might listen to that, actually.
Oh, okay.
If you've ever listened to hard bass.
So we're not taking a group selfie together?
Sure. Yes.
Oh,
It is a auspicious day. I wish to catalog entire day now. I am upset that I did not take pictures during fight.
Okay. Well, here you go. Or wait, this is my phone. I should use one of your phones. He takes your phone and it's like, okay, how do I get the camera?
You trace across his chest and then down to belly button, then left knee.
Okay. I don't know that you can actually have this in the school. This is in a.
It is cover.
He's like very quickly turns, like takes a picture of the three of you and turns it back and like just kind of awkwardly hands you back your phone. Here you go. Yeah. Great. Yes. I'm sure he'll only be a second if you're here to see Maximum. Although we would ask, we'd ask that the students not bother the guests over much. He's here on some kind of business.
I will harm anyone who tries to disrupt his day.
I don't think that'll be necessary, but thank you.
Esme looks over the Xandra. Anyone who interrupts the day. Yeah. She does little finger guns at Xandra.
You can hear your dad laugh through the door. It's just like, as clearly he's having a, like, you can kind of hear Friar laugh as well at something.
As soon as like you hear the laugh, it's just, huh.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
It's just
okay. Yes, Shallon says that Louis Royo is absolutely who she was trying to think of there. Yeah.
Slowly, just sidestepping closer to the door.
It's getting to the point where if anyone goes near Xandra, they get an electric, like, static shock.
We do have to talk. Can't we just, like, use your Dazzin in so that we can go in and talk about all our stuff being stolen? She's back here. You're at the door.
Yeah, he's really up against the door, trying just to hear his dulcet tones.
Oh if Artyom wants to do anything except be enraptured, I'm going to make him do tests. Like,
it's what he's doing. He's like up against the door.
I'm gonna quick check my email. Had I gotten anything back from Mr. Fryer?
No, not yet. He's a busy dude. I have not heard anything back from him yet. But you could leave and keep waiting. You could stay here and talk to him. It's y'all's call. Where we go from here.
Nepotism. No?
Mr. A. Striker is just kind of awkwardly looking around, like, and he starts kind of like just looking at his phone.
Artyom is not paying attention to any of your conversation. He's up at the door trying to hear Maximum speaking.
Had I gotten any response from the assistant after I sent the photo?
Oh yeah, actually, you flip over to, like, as you're checking your email, your phone, and you like go over, and you've got the little pop down. It's just that WTF you sent. You just get it right back, but with 5 question marks at the end of it.
He's at the school, period, with a cake box, period. What did you do? Period. Send. All this in all capital letters. She knows how I feel, and she sympathizes enough that we get along enough. Because I talk to her more than I talk to my father. Xandra just starts pacing nervously back and forth in front of the door in the hallway. If Esme tries to like touch Xandra, it's just gonna be one of those so you can actually make a game out of it, because no matter how many times you poke Xandra, you keep getting an electric shock that just kind of stings slightly.
This is getting nothing done, and I'm wet, and
no, I mean, yeah, if you remain out there for a few minutes, I mean, again, if anybody wants to leave, bust their way in or whatever. Otherwise, if you guys wait your time there, it does eventually, you hear like the sound of voices raising as they're clearly getting to the door.
He's gonna try and look busy near the door, like just fucking with one of the potted plants. Just like moving it back and forth a little bit.
And then boom, like both the doors come open. And Friar he's like, yeah, so we'll my people, your people will call, yeah, oh. And Maximum is like completely like not even fazed by what's going on out here. It's like
just around the door.
Yeah, your student body took it on themselves to escort me up here.
It was the biggest honor I have ever received in my life.
Xandra completely ignores Maximum to talk to Benjamin Fryer.
I remembered my name.
We actually have an issue I emailed about, and I need to speak with you.
Oh, that's not the issue. No, but our team
you guys can take selfies.
I'll take the phone. You go.
Kid.
Can we?
Kid wants a picture. You know how it is. Yeah, no,
Okay,
just
go.
Max, just go. I'll take care of this.
Xandra walked right past Maximum.
Oh, so
not even
chilly.
making eye contact, not acknowledging his existence.
We get the moment the two of you pass, we get that freeze frame in anime, just moment of just
the
like
hair flutter.
Yeah. the two, like, and like both of you kind of narrow your eyes just a bit, but don't turn to look at the other one. And then yeah, I gotta this cake. Hey, our teacher buddy. Yeah, if you could just hang on to that for just a second again.
I was thinking maybe, possibly, if it were okay with you, of course, that we could do cover of issue number 22.
Oh, 22. That takes me back. It may not be quite as spry and limber as I used to be back then, but yeah. Let's do this, kid. Come on. He does the the back of the hand like on the chin. Like, come on, let's do this, huh?
In the background, there's just a really dark gloom cloud behind them in the selfie, but there's no person actually there. It's just
dual wielding
menace.
One's video on her phone, the other one's this picture to take selfies for you.
Oh, so you're taking video and photos? Oh, that's cute.
So the two of them are whatever the pose that Maximum is doing. Artyom is posing in the same exact way, but with the complete biggest grin you could possibly imagine on his face, with eyes replaced as spinning stars.
If it's Esme taking the picture, actually, Esme, you see Luther he's like just kind of staring, like it looks like he's staring into Maximum's ear as he's just kind of standing there. It's like, without turning to you, he kind of is addressing you as he just kind of goes like, he hates this place.
Why would he hate this place? He's like God, right? And this is church.
Xandra is just behind Max and turns, walks forward, and just eyeing Esme with gigantic eyes because she heard it, just goes up and just whispers into Esme's ear. I don't know who you're talking to, but you might want to keep it down in front of him.
Why? That's the point.
And then I go from just looking over Esme's shoulder, and I look up, make eye contact for a moment with Max, and then look away. Just
stop eye fucking over my shoulder.
Two things happen. One, Max he stays in the pose for RTM, and like his pupils glance over at you, and like you feel kind of a chill, Xandra, but it's that chill of like that very quickly turns into like, oh fuck you, motherfucker. He just kind of like glances at you, but like doesn't really acknowledge your presence. Simultaneously, Luther says he's lost something.
Oh, that's sad.
He has a killer's heart. And then he like stands up, and like Luther just kind of he says it as he's standing up and like wanders over to the window and stares out into the window.
Xandra's gonna walk past Maximum and Artyom again while they're posing and just starts addressing Mr. Fryer. So, Mr. Fryer, our rooms got broken into and things were stolen.
So that shouldn't be possible. And he looks at Mr. A Striker, who's just like also just got this like his eyes go super wide as he's holding the cake, like what the fuck. And Vice Principal Fryer is kind of we should talk about this inside my office.
Carla
Max.
had things stolen too. She's like sending the video over to RTMS.
He will cycle through poses with Maximum, whichever like.
And anything you ask of him, even in like the most like minute, he's down for it. He's just like number 33, number 17.
Esme's as diligent as a mom
Number
on their
4.
kid's first prom night.
It's like it's cycling through the Saiyaman poses essentially.
Oh yeah, it's just
and
he's absolutely doing the great Saiyaman with you, and it like looks like he's having a fucking ball doing it. He's just eating up this attention.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Fryer cuts in like, I'm sorry, all three of you? Is this was your whole room?
Yeah,
Ransacked.
You Mr. Sokolov, if you when you have if you could we really I need to talk to the three of you about this. If you
This is the best moment of my life. Whatever is happening over there can wait.
Okay.
Xandra looks at her phone real quick. Is there any other response from the assistant? Am I supposed to expect another cake, or is this our cake?
She says you've gotten 3 texts. Not me. 1 sec. Oh shit. And as you're looking at it, it goes, I'm so sorry. At that point, Maxim's like, all right, well, I really need to get moving here. RTM, it has been just fantastic talking to you. You know, again, expecting big things out of you, kiddo. So I feel like, you know, we're probably gonna meet out there at some point. You know, like, and does a little like mock like punch on the shoulder, like, you know, doof. Like, yeah, art guy, if I could just get let's get that cake back into. Thanks so much. Yeah. So, anyway, I just gotta go deliver this to. You guys don't know Montgomery, do you? Actually.
headbutt guy.
Headbutt guy?
Yeah, he's got strong head. Bam! As soon as he got
And
here.
you notice there's a card on like the thing that like the little chew thing on the cake box. It says to Montgomery Evans on it for the first time that you're knowing. The vice principal pops up and says, yeah, it's freshman dorm 664. Thanks, Benny.
He is a lucky person as well.
Yeah, you know, it's his birthday, and like that kid, we go back. He's kind of like a son to me, honestly. So, see you guys around. And he turns to go walk away.
Immediately runs over. Do you know that we are in the room next to the adopted son of Maximum?
What? And your hand starts to hurt by holding Xandra's arm?
Okay, so this is something that there is a information that Artyom might remember, and I'm looking for a good skill roll for that.
What do you know?
History?
Do we have history?
Education?
Oh, wait, no. Education, maybe? Or...
Streetwise?
Streetwise might be good, too.
Yeah, this might be a streetwise check. It's weird, right? I just realized we don't have like a just general history.
We dropped history for education because there was no education.
That's what it was. Given the nature of his education, I would be willing to accept that or streetwise.
Okay.
If it's education, it'll be standard. If it's streetwise, it will be a -10 challenging.
I'll go with... Nope. I'm gonna go with education because that technically puts me at a 35.
Oh.
Oh, buddy.
The other one would be worse. Nope.
You
No
don't
idea.
use a point?
No, you are allowed to use a point to try again.
No.
I want the lore.
But you will pick up...
All right, I'll use the fortune, see
Try
if I can get it.
Okay. By all means.
A point spent for possible lore gain is always good point spent.
I know my players.
Another 80 plus. No.
All right, well, you're getting another lore, but you, as you say, like we are standing next to like the what was it, adopted son of Alexander Sinclair. You kind of like stop and go,
Maximum.
Yeah.
or, Maximum Sinclair. Sorry. My brain is so Swiss cheese tonight. You stop and realize, and there's like a flash in your brain as you think back to an issue of one of your many zines. And you've totally seen this weird, unassuming kid who won some kind of a tournament or something, you think? And the kid did really well, and Maximum was one of a judge, maybe, or not a participant. You're not sure.
Was he king of the Super Juniors?
And this kid did really well in whatever this competition was, and you know that afterwards, this guy and Montgomery like would hang out a bunch and like do fighting stuff. And that's kind of what like comes into your brain.
It was tournament for children, for young aspiring champions, and this child showed so much promise that Maximum took him under wing to replace the fact that he had no child.
As he says this, Sandra, give me a rumor.
Ooh.
For you, this would be routine, so +10.
Oh, good, because fellowship is my worst stat.
Oh, fuck.
And no skills in it.
No skills.
Womp womp.
That's a 98.
Okay, so you remember, and this hurts.
Oh.
Oh.
You realize, oh shit, that kid. Yeah, you remember, it was a couple years back, 2 years back, maybe? 2 or 3, something like that. Yeah, your dad, insofar as he's ever around, he left, and he did spend some time in Russia and parts of Europe for a while, and you remember that there was this kid that was with him, that he was going on about all this potential and how he was having a great time and laughing it up. And you put the pieces together, and like you didn't recognize him because you never really met him. Montgomery's probably that fucking kid. You're next door to the fucking kid that's been hanging out with your dad for like the last 2 years, like. And not, I realize what I'm saying here. Not in like a creepy way, but in like a like going to like fighting tournaments thing. They're definitely doing training together.
Things that I would be doing if I were,
Yeah.
a son.
And it's honestly like it with the weight of the day coming down on you. Yeah, you take 2 conflict just from that whole situation crashing into your brain.
adopted son, huh?
And that's what comes flashing back into your brain.
Yeah, apparently he has no other children than that.
Yes. To make up for the supreme disappointment of not being able to sire an heir, I believe was his actual quote in that one interview. He went ahead and found this young shining star in tournament and started to train him. He is in the dorm room next door.
Hey Artyom, I'm sending you some more video.
Oh.
Why don't you check your phone?
What is nearby that I can snap in half?
Artyom?
Oh, no. There's so Mr. A Striker would have kind of like just kind of excused himself and started to head off with Maxim to kind of show him where show him the way. This hallway has behind you there's like a giant like a floor to ceiling window. It casts a view out into. Oh, actually, would you be able to see from here? You would. We're gonna come back to that. Big window that looks out onto a plain field with a weird pyramid in the distance. There are some plants around, like some like tall. This is California, so they're like palm frond looking fucking things. I don't know, plants. Kind of scattered around. And there's. Oh god, probably a plaque by the door that says like Vice Principal Benjamin, Vice Principal, and then Benjamin Fryer, and then probably a phrase in Latin.
You had caught Xandra just as she was getting in the door. I'm spending an EX.
Oh my god.
Oh, that goes off. Xandra's eye twitch and the vase next to her explodes as it's hit with magic missile.
Whew.
She didn't move. Her eye twitched, but it suddenly just exploded.
Vice Principal Fryer does the fucking Ranma like, whoa! The other two, how do you react?
Do you wanna give me a punch?
I don't want to punch you.
Wait, but hold on. She like pulls her hair into the top of her head and then pulls the ponytail out so it's all spiky.
The look Xandra gives you is so dead and now completely devoid of emotion.
Come on!
It is almost terrifying.
Give me a punch. It'll make you feel better.
Artyom steps over the vase, not really acknowledging it, and just goes, "Which do you think is better picture for wallpaper? This one or this one?"
And I'm sure they heard the explosion as they were leaving.
Like after like seconds after that thing breaks, there's a friggin' referee just around the corner and like comes in to just start like shoof all the stuff, like, you know, starts cleaning up the whole area.
My apologies. I'll pay for a replacement.
No, it's, hey, these things happen. It's why we have our he goes to like put his hand on the robot. It's why we have our good friends, the referees. But yeah, no touching the referees. Yes. Thank you, referee man.
It's great when they work.
Yes. About that, we should in my office. We should talk.
Justice for the people who ruined your figures, Artyom.
I have most prized possession in all of universe now. Who cares about them dolls?
We were gonna light people on fire! I thought we were friends!
This replaces that.
Xandra spent so much time working on trying to get that one Kotsubukiya figure back together, and it's just in 2 pieces now.
But what do you think? Issue 22 cover or issue 42?
Esme makes awkward eye contact, just like...
42. The answer is always 42.
Yes, his lats look much better there.
He, so, the vice principal, like, kind of slowly walks around behind the 3 of you and goes, and feel the 3 of you slide forward a foot. We should talk in my office.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. Breach of privacies, yes.
That was fun.
And he kind of like as he's walking like behind the three of you, he glances over. I don't know if you guys see him. Whatever. The audience sees him sort of like just glance over at the referee that's just very diligently putting everything together. As the second one's coming around to replace the whole apparatus with a new plant, he just kind of like gives it this side eye, and then like does the turn around and backwards close the doors kind of thing. The inside of his office, it's about what you would expect for the principal's office in a place where people train to fight. There are a couple of bookshelves along one side. The other side is a bunch of pictures, including him from various combat trials he's been in. You see several of them have pictures of Maximum in them. Certainly there's one kind of in pride of place, sitting on his desk that has a picture of a very, very young Maximum Sinclair, a much thinner, much younger, has more hair version of the vice principal, and they've got their arms around each other, and then he's also got his arm around a girl who is there as well, who you do not recognize. There is he's got a very nice wooden desk. It's like a cherry wood. He's got this super nice
Would Artyom recognize?
Nope.
No.
Xander would, though. Right?
Nope. Oh.
Was this not the one that you did a test on before in another?
I knew the name,
You knew the name,
but I don't know what they look like or if it's the actual person.
damn it.
Though I could ask and bring it up.
Yeah.
Show just how much maximum knowledge I have.
Yeah, from context, you could probably place together who this might be, but you do not recognize the face. He's got a high-backed, like, leather chair. There's a little fountain behind it that's just kind of like streaming water. It's got lights on it. And then on the other wall, opposite of like the bookshelves and the pictures and stuff, there's like a punching bag and like a mini fridge and like a set of weights.
Cool.
Just kind of just hanging out there.
Best office.
Yeah.
And he's like, please, and there's three chairs sitting in front of his like little low chairs. They're comfy, they're nice, but he's got three little chairs in front of his desk. Is please, if you need like I can get you if you guys need water or something.
You've got a lot of water already.
I meant to drink. What's Esme's last name? I forget.
Akar.
Akar. Meant to drink, Miss Akar.
I'm a little dry mouthed right now. I just want a hero, so I can have a glass of water.
Okay, so the fridge over there is fully stocked. You know what? Just help yourself to however anything you want.
Thank you.
Xandra walks over and very comfortably just sort of like hip checks and leans against his desk and just kind of grabs the picture of the three of them young and makes this distasteful face. What?
And as he's sitting down in the chair.
Is this Kayla Harper?
Kyla. Yeah, that is a much. He takes the picture like out of your hands. Yeah, that is a much younger, much better time for. And he just sort of he just gets quiet, sets it down, and like does the whole like I set it face down thing.
Oh.
Like lays it flat kind of thing. He just sets it down. So tell me about these this theft you're saying that you dealt with in one of your rooms?
The
This is very concerning to me.
The 3 hours we were gone, getting our what were they called?
Arms.
Yeah, the arm exams, yes.
Yeah. Well, while we were getting that, someone broke into our dorm, ransacked the room, broke prized figurines and damaged property, and stole personal items, including a laptop, my journal and notes, and an Etch-a-Sketch.
Just like he was nodding along, and then like, an Etch-a-Sketch.
Correct.
It was important.
No. I mean, it's personal property. Again, like I want you to understand that we do take this, or I do take this very seriously. It's an odd thing to steal.
Is there a reason why the refs would have errors?
Yeah, when I came when I came here, part of why I was okay, you said it was okay, everyone said it was okay I could use my name because your security here was supposed to be like, fantastic. But they had errors when we tried to figure out who was in our rooms.
Errors how? How do you mean?
After chugging down an entire bottle of water because the thirst was that real.
Indeed.
Oh, God.
He gets another bottle of water, opening that, walks over. We requested information about time during absence, and requested what information about doors, and if there was any of the referees in the hallway during that time, and it returned error.
The one that told us this, don't worry, Asteros already ripped it to pieces.
That does sound like him. Well, that's did it say what kind of error? Excuse me. I've never heard of such a thing, and I don't want you to think that I think that you're lying or anything. It's just this school has been running for almost 30 years. It's actually no, sorry, this school's been running for just over 20 years. Math, Fox. We've never had a problem with the referee system.
This one, it ended up getting demolished by Asteros, but our room wasn't the only one that got tossed. Carla's room also got tossed, and we could check and see if that ref that was around during that room is not still demolished by Asteros.
It seemed like it was a system log error.
Like, he turns and he's like looking at a computer now. You're gonna need to be a bit more specific than Carla.
282.
Oh, that Carla.
Yes.
And then he like there's a beat, and he just like looks dead at Esme, and looks back at the computer, kind of looks at her again, and again kind of catches his composure. This is, I will have someone look into this. I'm very sorry. I don't really know what else to tell you. We'll certainly put out an announcement to the rest of the school, asking anybody if these items turn up. You know, we would really appreciate that they be returned.
I do have an invoice for the damages performed to my collection.
Invoice.
Yes.
Elaborate?
I had a very fastidiously catalogued collection of maximum memorabilia. It does not bother me now that they are broken, for I have a more prized possession than all of them combined. But I still would wish a return on, how you say, investment.
I see. Let me take a look here. I'm gonna take a look at the skill list again.
I called it my maximum memorabilia. Thanks, cool.
God. I'm gonna want a charm on this.
Okay.
Because you're trying to tell him, this man, you need to make this school pay for
damages.
For that, and it's
he wasn't saying the school. He wanted the whoever the culprit was is really what I was implying. But if he wants to misinterpret that, I'll roll charm all day for this.
Okay, because yeah, I was gonna say like that's a -10. That's challenging at least.
No.
As you may know, as it says in your student handbook, we aren't really responsible. The school is not responsible for anything that happens to personal property. That is the sole discretion of the students themselves to deal with. We can't really compensate you for that loss. We can attempt to find the lost item. Certainly, that is absolutely something we will, Mr. Sokolov. We will absolutely try to do to the best of our ability. But I can't really.
I would be happy with information on who did it, so I could challenge them.
That's well within your right. That's fair. If I find out anything, you will be the first to know.
Wait,
all three of you.
That's it? You don't have any other, like, super security guys with guns, anything? Just walking around? It's just the reps? It's just the little reps with the little error messages? Nothing else?
We've never needed anything else. And to be honest, you're well aware there's no guns here at Firebrand Academy. They're not allowed on the premises after all.
Then why was I allowed in with these?
Very good. You know, Maxwell made the same joke.
That makes me proud.
At this point, I just make direct eye contact with the VP, and there is just this unblinking blank stare.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Seeing as how the dragons are the only ones that have any sort of control over the referees.
Yes, that would be the case. As his eyes just kind of like... He's not looking at anything in particular. He just kind of like looks to the side. And then back at you.
What about people standing outside the perimeter? Like, because there's no guns inside, but like standing outside. So, or like video cameras outside that look at the gate, or nothing.
I mean, there is a guard station, yes, out in front of the school.
Pulling out his book. It is rule number 49 that says that guns are the tools of the weak.
Oh, yes. Very good, Mr. Sokolov.
Artyom?
Yes.
If you could do me a favor and for 15 minutes not quote from that book. Please.
I will do my best, but it is very, very wise words in this book, and it applies to almost every moment of my life. I would not be the person you see today if it were not for this book.
Yes, well then, as in this tense moment, again, like we see over her shoulder, there's just pictures of memorabilia, and several of them have Maximum Sinclair in them. Just like, as she's fuming. So if that's all, then we'll let you know what we find. And I'm very, very sorry if you'd like to change rooms, we could try and maybe work out some kind of special arrangement or something. But if any of you need to talk to a counselor, of course, we have people on staff anytime.
That's where the Etch-a-Sketch was stolen from. It was technically Peyton's. Do you care now that it was a staff item?
Peyton, you your counselor. You think he stole this?
No, I'm just saying the Etch-a-Sketch was from him. It was his. So if something was stolen from staff, would you care more?
I mean, no. Please don't misunderstand that. I care. I'm very concerned. I'm not sure what you expect me to do. I will investigate this. I will remind the three of you that you are students here. And I appreciate you bringing this information to me. I am very sorry that this occurred. I am deeply concerned that we have thefts. I will certainly be speaking to your friend Carla here and the rest of her team to get their report on this as well. As so far, I have not. Admittedly, I have not had a lot of time today to check my email. We saw the visitor.
If you respond to mine with any information, please ignore the no comment auto response.
I'll keep that in mind and not question as to why you have that set up on your school email.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure you have reasons given your... It like glances at RTM, glances back at you. Situation. But
she receives many mistaken emails asking about Maximum, for they share a last name. It is very, very amusing, is it not?
It's funny in its own way, actually, yes. But I want to assure you, I will do everything in my power to investigate this problem, but would ask that you please leave this in the hands of professionals and adults.
Indeed.
Well,
As long as those adults can be trusted, sure.
Don't know that I really appreciate your tone there, Miss Sinclair.
Listen,
Is there
Uncle
something
Ben, I have to go wish someone a very happy birthday, so I'm really looking forward to leaving this room.
Yes, I think I am too, Ms. Sinclair.
Sandra,
Three of you are dismissed.
rude.
I believe you know the way back to your dorm.
Thank you. And I really do apologize about the vase.
I never liked that vase anyway.
I can get you a nicer one.
He picks up a pen off his desk and like flings it at a potted plant like in the corner, and it goes like through the desk, embeds into the wall, and like there's a beat, and then the plant just explodes across the fountain. And as it like streaks across the water, like the water, like you hear like a sizzling noise.
The corner of Xandra's mouth actually quirks up because she hasn't seen the display of power in about 10 years from him. So it's just this moment of like...
See? Don't worry. We've got the referees to take care of it.
Let us go. I wish to go speak with Montgomery now. You mentioned saying happy birthday.
Maybe
This
that's
is
not
best.
the best idea. You know, he's probably really busy with birthday wishes, and you know, Sandra looks a little sick.
If you don't wish, I could send regards for you if you want.
You know what? Please send him my regards.
Bricks.
Not bricks.
Well, you said okay. I misunderstood. Your eyes did a thing again, and it...
Are you saying this as you're leaving, or are you still?
Yeah, as we're
heading out the door.
As you leave the door, there's a moment where he just kind of like slumps in his chair a bit as one of those little guys comes in to start cleaning up the new mess. But then the door like shuts behind the referee.
I apologize for nothing.
This is the first opportunity we've had to show the audience. So out that window, just opposite him, where he is, there's. Oh, I forgot the other. So there's two things of note in this hallway actually, because the room terminates. Basically, the hallway kind of terminates like this, and this door right here is the vice principal, and then there's this one right here, which is the principal's office. And it technically says like principal Memneth on the plate, but you know, nobody's there, nobody's at it, nobody's just the door's just kind of sitting there. So you know, that's on that other side of that door. I should have mentioned that.
They share a wall on the inside, kind of.
Oh,
because of the...
Yes, because of the shape of it, yeah.
Did wish to find answers.
I think Vice Principal Friar will be able to help us just as much.
Alright, I'm sorry.
You
I guess it would
think
have
the
to be like
friar
this.
could match the assistance of dragon?
If one dragon didn't want to help us and destroyed one, what makes you think another one would?
Oh, they are very different dragons.
I forget that you didn't see a lot of... Did you? Yeah, you missed the opening ceremony.
Yes. Trelian is very nice.
Memneth stepped away before he showed up at that
Yeah.
ceremony.
Sorry, but Asteros is the coolest dragon of the three, so...
I used to think so as well.
I
wonder.
was under the impression that coolest in English meant like nice guy.
Yeah,
or...
Esme, you see that? You say that, and Brooke shows up.
Hey.
And just is kind of like slowly turns her head up to stare at you as you say that.
What? Well, I'd ask you where you've been as well, but Luther doesn't want to answer, so I guess you're not going to tell me either.
What?
Brooke came back.
Oh, I look in the complete opposite direction of where you're motioning. Hi, Brooke.
Over here! At least try.
Ibrook.
Trying. I know, the most minimal effort. I know. It's something. But he is the coolest. He's like, he can literally destroy anything he wants.
Again, with word cool, I thought it meant a person who is like Maximum. Maximum is very cool. I see that word associated with him all the time.
Xandra walks faster.
The tight butt, like.
Heading back to the dorm.
The way you use word, it makes it sound like coolest is angry.
But like, if Maximum and Asteros were to fight, she's just like thumb wrestling.
I would
Who
feel
do you
bad.
think would win?
Obviously, Maximum would win.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Has
course.
anybody ever even sparred with a dragon?
No one has had the no one has had the balls, I believe is word for it, to spar with dragon like this. But
Actually,
RTM,
give me a rumor.
ooh.
Um,
Maximum has 2 chihuahuas that he keeps it. Oh, okay. You meant the roll.
roll. I was gonna say roll at a +10 because it's routine. Now I'm thinking differently. Yeah, +10. As this conversation's going on in the background,
That'll succeed.
just outside the window, perfect. There's just outside the window of that hallway. There's this flat expanse. This would be in the northeast corner, essentially, looking out onto the northeast corner of the grounds. And there's just this flat, empty expanse of manicured lawn that kind of goes and goes and goes. And then in the corner, not quite at the edge of the wall on the edge of the property, but it kind of in the corner of this field, there is a solid, not quite white, not quite metallic. Actually, you know what? It's the same kind of white as the, what do you call them? The referees. 3-sided pyramid jutting up out of the ground. You've never been over there? Nobody ever talks about that thing? There's nothing around it. You don't see any referees coming or going. There's some well away from it, like between it and the school. There does seem to be like a couple that just kind of like hover around in that general vicinity. But it's just out there through that window. It's just there. So just as a bit of backdrop so that, hey, by the way, there's a giant weird pyramid.
We wanted to visit that, Sandra.
I was curious about it.
Slaps hands on glass. But yeah, no, absolutely. No one's even remotely fought dragons, right? Because that's what they're way cooler.
So RTM, the thing
Mm-hmm.
the thing you've picked up since the fight in the first episode where we saw the number 3 student council member, is that the student council, in addition to their usual classes, their usual workload, they don't live in the normal dorms with the rest of you. They functionally become team 000, and their dorm is up here on this special floor with the vice principal's office and the principal's office and everything.
Oh.
And it is over near, it's in the west, what is it called, hall, the hall that's got all of the workout facilities and arenas and shit in it. It's over there. And that they receive special training from the dragons in some capacity. You do not know what that entails. Nobody really talks about it much. But you know that they and the dragons train together. So you know that.
Well, no one has challenged a dragon. But the student council may spar with them on a regular basis.
She pulls her
Xandra
hands up the
stops
glass.
and just turns slowly.
What?
They train with them.
Yes, they receive special training from dragons, yes.
I didn't think the refs could rematerialize somebody, because wow, would they just salsa?
Dragons could defeat Maximum, right?
No.
What? Yes.
Are you asking the GM or are you asking in character?
I'm just asking in character.
No, there is no way.
There's no way he would stand a chance, you mean?
No, Maximum is protector of humanity, of course. Of course, he would be able to overcome. He has a level that he surpasses every time he fights.
I really like the Stellar Age show that he's in, right? And
Yes, it is one of my favorites.
I know, we've been watching
You guys
it.
watch Stellar Age? There's because okay. So quick question: elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Stairs after what happened with the elevator last time.
Idly scratches at dry blood and knows. Ugh. Stairs still.
Sorry, I just you know, I didn't know. And there's like this awkward kid. They're wearing like a baseball cap, turned completely sideways. Yeah. And has these like gigantic brass knuckles on.
Jesus.
like just massive. And is wearing boots made of iron. They're kind of clunking as they walk. So you guys, yeah, I just I didn't know there were any other like. Are you guys in like a club? Are you guys like an anime club?
Do you wish to have an anime club?
Are there clubs here? Wait, are there clubs here? No one's invited me to any of the clubs, so I thought that there were no clubs. There's clubs here?
I was very focused on training, but
this kid looks at you and they look at Esme like I just figured you probably were in the cosplay club. I mean, you got I like the everything. It's cool. Hair. You got cool hair.
I'm cool. Sorry.
Luther pipes up. Esme, don't hit.
She like goes to the air and then goes like,
She swings in the air and hits another kid. Who then draws his sword and says, "You ready to go? You ready to go, man? Let's go. Let's fucking go, man. Let's do this shit."
It was accident.
piss off, I'm cool.
We don't wish to fight.
No, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. He just looks at an RTN who has a foot on him and goes, Anime kid looks at the three of you and goes, I gotta get to a thing. Sorry.
Wait.
No, it's a thing. I gotta go.
Is it anime club?
I got it. No, I can't hear you. I'm really far. Bye now.
What's your room?
No, I can't count. Sorry.
It is very strange that he is able to get into such an illustrious school if he cannot count.
I don't think you understand sarcasm very well.
I do not know this word yet.
He was, joking.
Why would he say a thing that is not true? As joke.
Sweet boy.
That is a lie.
Sometimes lies are told for your own benefit. Who knows? You might not have...
Lies always are used for hurting.
You make it to the front door.
It's on It is a thing that I have heard in past.
15 minutes is up.
Okay, it is a rule. It is rule 76. Lies are weapons of enemies.
Fuck, I gotta write these down now. You recognize I have to fucking write these down now.
It's gonna turn into the rules of acquisition.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this, go back and get the other rule that I missed. Absolute motherfucker. You make it to the front door. It's pissing down rain outside.
Is there like complimentary umbrella stands?
Absolutely, 100%.
This is one of those places.
I mean, there was the one people put their wet ones in. We could just take them.
Yeah, there's you can see that a couple of the referees have been like stocking, like they're taking them, they're drying them, they're putting fresh ones out for people, and they're just generally like kind of tending the area as like students and faculty come and go. And it's like you hear kind of the distant rolls of thunder. They have thunderstorms in California. They must.
It's an endangered species, I'm
Yes.
sure, but yes, they must. No, I think they do. When they're not, dying from fires, unfortunately.
Earthquakes and
they have everything. Depends on where you are in California. It's fine. That's just the place that has it. Xandra hears the thunder. And then just takes a deep breath in, out. Not even grabbing an umbrella, just walks out and just tilts head back with the eyes closed into the rain just to cool off her head.
It's gonna take forever to drown that way. She runs up with another umbrella.
I got hair in my eye, I'm sorry.
Because you kept on putting your face in the rain. She tries to, hold the umbrella over you as you lean her into the rain.
You don't need to. I was already wet to begin with, and I'm covered in mud.
You open up your eyes, Xandra, and you're looking at that statue. Because he's right there by the door. He's...
Yes, ma'am?
Is it time to pee on the statue?
No, it's not time to pee on the statue. I actually want you to stop me from doing something very stupid.
Usually that's not what people go to me for, but I'll give it a whirl.
Okay.
What are we doing? Who are we hitting? What bodies are we hiding?
Make sure I do not hit Montgomery Evans. He's
The
not
kid with the...
worth it.
The kid with the 2 bullet holes in his chest is sitting on the statue, at the base of it. He's just kind of sitting there kicking his legs.
I don't see him.
You don't see him.
If it makes you feel any better, there's currently butt cheeks on the statue.
Which ghost is this? And Xandra immediately, drops to her heels and just stares at the base of the statue, not looking up. Probably not looking at the kid. You could probably go over and tilt Xandra's head in the direction of the kid.
Well, you'll find the butt cheeks over here. She kind of
Thanks, butt cheeks.
That's okay.
You didn't tell me a name.
No,
You just told me that one of them is sitting there. And after that shit that happened today, I might have say it doesn't exist.
He can have any name you want if you have one. If you don't, I've got one for you.
Yeah, I give you full liberty to...
His name is Gregory.
Gregory. Is he a bunny?
Should I get my hammer?
What was it?
You gotta save your silver one for Maxwell.
Give him a hammer.
Listen, as it is, the art teacher had to see your wallpaper.
It's his lock screen. It wasn't that bad. He had a very appropriate Speedo on. This was one of the swimsuit issues.
Today's vocabulary word is oxymoron.
Is the kid doing anything on the statue, or is he just sitting there?
He's just sitting there kicking his legs.
Yeah. Esme's still trying to, dual hold the umbrella one over,
You don't need to...
Oh, here, I help.
Thank you.
I'm already wet, guys. It's fine.
So...
I occasionally get that way looking at statue as well.
I'm not looking at this statue with any sort of reverence.
What's that 18+ thing?
We're gonna move it under you.
Other way. There you go.
You may need to be bigger.
Neon sign from Cyberpunk as a GIF.
Make a gif of that, actually.
I believe the term is sploosh.
Dear Christ, please let this conversation be over. So we cut to the dorm.
Artyom.
Shit.
Yes?
You know what happened to that face?
The vase?
Outside of the vice principal's office.
Oh, yes, I remember, yes.
Please shut up. Or that might happen here. Xandra's gonna gesture at the statue.
That would be a tragedy.
Exactly, so please. Xandra looks at it and sneers, and then just walks off towards the dorms.
It's before
away from the umbrella.
before he walks away. It's okay, she doesn't mean it.
It just
She
smiles
said
down at
she
you.
knew your third.
Oh.
You make it back to the dorm, no worse for wear. On the way, you can see that considerable work has already been done, like resetting and repaving the area. Fresh sod is being put out on like the parts that were grass. There's because there's parts of it that are concrete. You've got referees who are holding up essentially like a rain tarp. 4 other referees that are under it, smoothing out the concrete in the rain.
Oh my god.
They move as one with frightening efficiency.
I love these nightmare creatures.
There's still deckmen in my head with now they look like deckmen that work at Foot Locker. I'll let you know.
I give them Tachikoma voices in my head.
Yeah.
I give him the weird hollow things from Psychopaths.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Holobots.
Don't look
in,
at my
in
aura.
my head, they will always sound like my good friend Kevin. No, not that one. He had a character named Ramar once, and they will. Again, this is a joke for 2 people, but it will always sound, "Hello, welcome to Firebrand Academy." So, shout outs to Kevin for the voice there.
So we make it back to the dorms.
You get back to the dorms. No worse for the wear. There's nobody really to stop you from going up to your rooms. Stairs or elevator?
Stairs!
Stairs.
We're gonna master these things.
Slowly, but Xandra's not taking any chances again, because last time she was in a very enclosed space.
Stuck there. Unable to jump down the center of the stairwell.
Yep, at least I have an exit on the stairs.
Now you can scream parkour.
As
Wrong character.
you get up the stairs, and as you get up there, boom, you walk past the elevator. It slides open,
Oh no.
and out the bopping headphones in place. You see Dougie, and he kind of like turns and catches you. Go, hey,
Dougie! Hello! Have you been paid today?
I got paid, but you guys, they paid me $1.
What?
Yeah, it turns out we should have specified how much I was supposed to get paid, because like that is all they paid me, and like that is not at all what Dougie was expecting.
So next time we specify what?
What's your rates?
I mean, it kind of depends on how much information you're looking for, and how dangerous the opponent is to get to. It's I charge by the hour. You know, so
Well, this is something to remember for future, yes?
yeah, because I mean, let me tell you, Dougie got to get paid, and $1, it does not buy a lot of. You know what? Never mind. Probably should. Very inappropriate. Anyway, you didn't hear it from Dougie. So,
Xandra actually walks over to Dougie and puts her hand on his shoulder.
hey, hey, Xandra.
Oh no!
What's up?
You said information. What kind of information can you get?
What kind of information you're looking for? I mean, you know, I've got the inside line on basically everybody here in the school, or I'm trying to.
About the new kid.
New kid. Oh, Monty?
Yeah.
What do I know about him? Well, he's new. He replaced that dickhead that was y'all's neighbor. That guy was a real piece of work. I don't know what that was about. Like, it's honestly, it's kind of been a year of firsts, because he hasn't. We don't usually just get transfer students in the middle of the friggin' year, you know, and like to bump somebody else out for it. But then that kid got expelled, so like,
Well,
I guess it makes sense.
if you were unaware, he is essentially adopted child of Maximum.
Well, I feel like you can tell me more than I can tell you.
Let me tell you.
Yeah?
You see,
Yeah.
there was this big tournament.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I forget what exact name was. Something about King of Super Junior, maybe, possibly. Not sure. But anyway,
Super Junior. Yeah.
Monty, as you call him,
Yeah.
wins
Montgomery.
this.
Yeah.
Maximum sees and is very impressed. Decides to take Montgomery under his wing.
That's a big wing.
You see, Maximum, in several of his interviews, has mentioned his severe disappointment in never having true heir to his throne, so
I mean,
to
he
speak.
had a kid, but
Where did you say he has kid?
yeah, he has like a daughter or something, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. Nobody's ever seen her.
I
But...
do not remember. I will have to look up again.
Xandra's hand was steadily getting tighter and tighter on Ducky's
You know,
shoulders.
actually, you're right. It's I must be mistaken. I'm definitely thinking of something else.
Sorry, just
Most of
No, it's
my
cool. I like strong women.
most of my interviews that I watched were in English, so I may have missed.
Yeah. I'm definitely thinking of.
No, I would have found it somewhere else.
Yeah, like maybe I'm thinking of Johnny Danger. I don't know. Like I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm sure.
But now
Yeah.
he has his hopes and dreams in Montgomery.
No shit.
It is touching story.
Thanks, Artyom. You know,
Wait, does this mean Artyom get paid?
we can discuss that if it ever comes up.
Hey,
which it
wait, what
hasn't
about
yet,
a trade?
The only person who's really asked about Montgomery is you, and you clearly got more of the inside line than I do. So,
Well, now if anybody asks you.
But if anybody asks me, yeah, you know, we'll talk about kickbacks down the line. You know, I mean, like I can't be, you know, just giving away too much.
Artyom should be paid.
Dougie gets paid.
Hey, have you heard about anybody having their stuff stolen? She like shoves, baps at him.
hey! Xandra just takes the hand off his shoulder, goes into her wallet, which is somehow in the lining of her coat, and no one knows where it came from because apparently there's like infinity pockets there.
Yeah.
And she pulls out a 20 and just holds it out.
So he starts answering a question like, stolen? No, nobody around here. Like, I mean, we've got the friggin' robots. I'm pretty sure. So room 282. Yeah, I heard something about. I guess their place got broken into or something. It's weird.
Huh, so did ours.
You're like information vending machine.
Really? Yeah, money comes in, information comes out.
So you kick him.
Dougie gets paid.
Cause I'm gonna say the way I usually get drinks is I give a little like, she like kicks up into the air, and then I put my hand up inside.
Whoa, okay.
And
that is not how you get information out of Dougie, by the way, for the record.
So is there anything else you were not telling us though? Because I was really interested in finding out about like the stuff getting stolen. And you seem very
Hey, Dougie.
Xandra, that's too strong for me, by the way.
Xandra just turns with eyebrows raised at Dougie and then goes, one of the things stolen was my diary if you happen to find out any information.
Yeah, that's pretty personal. People shouldn't read other people's books. That's fucked up.
Good callback.
Yes, indeed.
I will, you know, for you, I will keep my ears to the ground.
If you could find it, I'll let you read some of it.
Dougie blushes a little bit.
It's information.
And doesn't respond. Just kind of nods.
Oh. Sandra's not daft. Just not good with people. Alright, well, we need to go up to our room and hopefully nothing else was stolen while we were out fighting for a fucking dragon.
I didn't take anything.
Didn't say it was you.
Nice.
I would hope that Dougie would inform us if he came across any of our items.
Hey man, you'll be the first one to know, you know, free of charge.
Because if he knew and we weren't told.
Artyom, like, hey, like, buddy, not only am I absolutely fucking terrified of, but, come on, Artyom, we're like friends. We're like basically coworkers. You're like my informant's informant, you know? It's like, like the shadow broker now, right?
Like friends. He just said friends.
Friends. We're friends.
He seems as though he
Artyom-
may break Rule 79 occasionally. No, 76, I mean.
Is that the one with the lies?
Yes.
That's 77. Rule
77.
Lies are weapons of enemies.
Yep.
I don't know what that means, but hey, we're tight now, right, Artyom?
It would do you well to learn a few things from this book. Not this one specifically. This one is mine, and if you ever touched it, I will rip off your arm.
He very lightly touches it as he was starting to reach for it. What do you do?
Grab him by the wrist and squeeze very, very, very tight.
Give me a coordination, and it will be at arduous minus 30.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Are you all surprised I'm the one who's behaving today?
Yep. Nope.
His wrist is like long or gone by the time your hand gets there.
Was that what I think it was?
Continue.
So that was a critical failure, actually?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
I was an 88.
Oh, buddy. Well, he did get his fingers on it. Problem is that you wrenched back at the same time. And the top of the book just goes... as he quickly lets go as you go to snatch for his wrist. And the tiniest little tear at the top.
Yeah, look, it's even more unique now.
Oh, whoa, man! Sorry, you were holding out the book. I thought that was for. Hey, Artyom, we're like, we're cool though, right? Like, you're not gonna. I'm really sorry about that, but like, I thought you were handing me the book, man.
Rule number 35. Those who let rage control them lose themselves. Rule number 35. Those who let rage... Is there a referee nearby?
Those who let rage control them. Rule 35. Rule
Artyom?
35, buddy. Just keep
Artyom.
Rule 35. Okay.
You have to go wish a very happy
go.
birthday to someone,
Dougie's
right?
running now. he's in the elevator, jamming on the button.
Birthday.
It's great talking to you.
I will find you!
We have him looking for our stuff, yeah?
I'm going to make sure he pulls out the plastic bag again, is putting it back in. I will use my spare copy from now on. This one is going into hermetically sealed shadow box.
Oh my god.
He owes me one of his fingers.
Mr. O could probably help you frame it.
Yes, he seems like a very nice gentleman.
Right?
Who would be able
Wasn't
to
he
help
nice?
you with such a thing, yes. Let us go wish happy birthday to luckiest person on planet.
As you head down the hallway, you once again see the checking his phone, looking very bored form of. Actually, no. At this point, he probably would have left. You pass Mr. A. Striker going down the hallway. He just does like a, hey, we just keep running into each other, huh? Just well, you keep up that painting, as me. I guess. Just keeps walking. Doop, 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 doop. And
Andrew doesn't stop him.
People talk to me now. Isn't that nice?
It's because you're good with people.
Really?
Probably more than I am.
Yes, she has much practice. She speaks to people that you do not see.
You don't see Brooke, but you hear one of her weird groans really loud all of a sudden.
Are you laughing at me?
You don't see her anywhere. It's there and then it's gone.
We're getting closer to our room, right?
Yep, you're basically at room 664 now. In fact, the door is ajar, and you hear laughter inside.
Hey, Xandra. Yeah, hold on. Wait.
It is definitely Maximum's laughter.
Moves herself around Artyom and grabs Xandra's arm and like hooks her in tight. Yeah. All right.
Oh no, I think it actually might be better if I stay out here in the hallway and just wait for you guys to come back.
We're
No.
just wishing classmate happy birthday.
Don't let them have this. Come on.
Remember what I said.
She
The only
squeezes
time you'll
tight.
hear me say this. Keep me from doing something stupid.
Yeah, you can't get expelled because then we have to have a brand new person in the room, and I don't know if they're gonna let us have the love sack. So.
Oh, yes, that is what that was.
Did you just... did you fucking just... God fucking damn it, Comrie!
For those who didn't pick up on it, that was the
Soviet
Russian anthem, the USSR national anthem. They're different. I think that was the Soviet national anthem.
Yes, it
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I don't know how to say "come in" Russian, but that's what comes through the door.
Oh!
In the dulcet tones of Maximum Sinclair.
No! The doorknob is shaking as he opens it.
Inside, they're sitting on one bed, and with Maximum, he's got the chair turned around. He's kind of leaning on it. Got the cake on the top, the backing of the chair.
Is he Rikering?
Huh?
Is he Rikering?
Yes, he's Rikering a chair. Well, no, because Riker would go over the chairs. Was his whole thing.
Mm.
This is more of the like, hello, my fellow kids. Let's rap. The back.
This is the cool minister seat.
Yes, the cool minister set.
Yes.
Thank you. The youth minister set. He's doing the youth minister set, but he's got like a cake perched on the back of the seat there, and he's got like a little yellow party hat on. He's sitting opposite Montgomery, who has a little green party hat on. And the two of them, like Montgomery's just like holding and very fastidiously like eating his cake, and Maximum, who's like got cake on his mouth, is just like, Oh hey, Artyom, hey. It's just like as the phone comes up, he's just like,
Oh my god!
"Hey, yeah,
That's what he uses his coordination for.
I greatly apologize. I meant to come wish Montgomery a happy birthday after you had mentioned that him being our neighbor. I did not mean to intrude on a father-son time. It's
no problem.
I apologize greatly.
father-son time. I mean, well, it's probably a bit much, I guess. Montgomery just Montgomery doesn't really say anything to address. He's just, hello, Artyom.
Hello.
Thank you for the well wishes. Would you like some of the birthday cake? It's quite good.
Is that possibly the fabled cake from Maximum Lifestyles?
You know it is.
Then if
Please, no, try. Yeah, hey, he like reaches.
Maximum, I would love to put your cake in my mouth.
He tosses a little party hat at you. Go on, there's plenty of cake for everybody. It's great. Sandra, because you're still like standing in the doorway out of the hall, right? In floats a fucking referee holding a box. Special delivery for the Alexandra Sinclair. Quantity 1 cake. Would you please sign for this?
I signed for it.
Thank you. Here is your cake.
How do they hear everything?
This is, I will say, this is normal. This is how mail gets delivered around here.
Yep, except Xandra's literally in the doorway in front of her father.
Still like,
And is just going to walk out of the room and put it in our room. And then just walk back and stand by the door. Just like,
Students are advised to eat food in the common areas so as not to get vermin in the dorm rooms. Thank you. It just floats away. Those guys, they're nothing but rules. Am I right? Like, those guys, we never listened to them either when I was,
If Maximum says it's okay to eat, I will eat.
Yeah. Ow.
when you were here, there were no dragons or dragon tech.
For a little bit. When I was a senior. For a while.
How did challenges work when you were a student?
Basically, the way they do now is someone with an overinflated view of themselves would walk up to me and say something really, really stupid, and
That is foolish.
yeah, then I'd turn them inside out.
You are amazing.
Yeah, smart of you to recognize it. You're a good kid.
You said that to me twice now.
But like in his phone, like beeps. Ugh, that hard ass. All right. Excuse me a second. Yep.
Maximum is taking care of hard ass now.
No, you didn't tell me anything about that. It's my secretary. And he turns and then just looks at Xandra. Looks at the cake. Not the cake you're eating, the cake that she's like.
He's
that's
still.
right,
He's.
you put it in the room. You put it in the room. That's right.
I'd actually, it's literally when the thing was being delivered, Xandra was literally standing there holding it for a few minutes, just like,
Yeah, and he like looks at you with this like, the fuck? Yeah, no, that was something else. No, I wouldn't bring a cake to her. Don't worry about that. Anyway, but apparently I gotta get a move on. It's the jet-setting life of an incredibly talented and fantastically powerful man. So,
There must be some kind of challenge that you must go settle now, as someone's champion.
It's again. He claps a hand on your shoulder. It's the hardest battle any man can face, my friend. So, I gotta go. Women. I gotta go take care of this. So, we're just
That is
gonna.
rule 101 now.
Esme leans into. I know you said I shouldn't let you hit Montgomery, but if you want to hit.
oh, if he's getting up to leave, Xandra will be like, is gonna turn to Montgomery. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. You're welcome to have some cake as well. I appreciate.
No, I wouldn't eat that if I was paid, but I appreciate the offer. And Xandra would, at that point, would follow Maximum out.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Maximum just does kind of like he and Montgomery share like a look for a second, like as he's walking out. It's just this like weirdly serious like, and then like it's just a beat and then it's over, and Maximum walks out and he's headed for the front door. It like doing something on his phone, just like tapping on his phone as he goes. See you around, RTM. Keep that guard up, huh?
Always.
Mr. Sinclair.
Yeah, Xandra, was it? Chunk. He hits the door for the elevator.
Xandra's gonna stand next to him for a moment. And lowly, I'm glad to see you've found what you've always wanted.
What would that be?
A son.
He steps into the elevator. Yeah, I'm pretty glad too.
At this, Xandra's mouth is just gonna quirk open in sort of this wry little, a mirthless smile as the doors are closing. Just stand there outside the doors.
He doesn't even look at you. He just keeps looking at his phone as the doors.
And Xandra's gonna walk back and right back into room 666, and the door shuts behind her.
He's already measuring the book. And writing and checking for like sizing for what size shadow box he should be building.
Is there anything else in the room with Montgomery and Esme and obviously he's fucking doing his measuring with you two before I kind of draw this to a close here.
Esme, realizing Xandra's just completely, and you're all, just, oh god, I'm left in there.
You want some cake, Esme?
I do. And she just comes in. It doesn't bother you that he's completely a massive sexist jerk?
He's he's you know, old people, they're set in their ways, right? Like,
why would you say such terrible things about Maximum?
Why would you let him say such terrible things about girls?
He didn't say terrible thing about girls. He just wished he had
It's not
son.
the most enlightened view, I admit, but you know, he means well.
He always means well. He is Maximum.
Next time next time I see him, Esme, I'll be sure to talk to him about it. You know, that's sorry, I'm a guy myself. I don't always think about these kinds of things, but you're right. That was completely inappropriate. In fact, on his behalf, I would like to apologize. I'm very sorry that he made you or your roommate uncomfortable in any way. That was completely inappropriate, and I apologize.
She just looks like a little taken aback and like disconcerted by this sincerity. And does he seem?
He seems unbelievably genuine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to even like roll like a perception thing on that. Like, this dude seems very like there's almost a warmth to the way he speaks. Like, being in this room, you actually feel like a little relaxed. It's weird. It's very cozy in here. Just being around him is just very like calming.
It must be something lost in translation. I do not understand. Oh well. Cake is
Sorry, yes, my Russian is he in a very stilted Russian accent. My Russian not good. Practice needing.
We do sub viewings where we watch Stellar Age. Would you want to maybe
although you've probably seen it so many times now.
No, I don't have a lot of time for that kind of thing, I'm afraid. But hey, we could set aside some time. And you know he wouldn't be stuttering this much. You know, he's one of the voices on that show. I've never actually heard his performance. I'm told it's quite good. I guess he voices some minor character on it or something.
He is the most important character in all of season 2.
Yeah, sure he is, Jim.
He brings much to the show.
Not
that
really
was
my type,
lacking
honestly,
in previous season.
It's just kind of, I don't know. He feels really gratuitous to me in a lot of ways. It's just, it's not for me.
He brought balance to cast.
No. The cast was perfect the way it was.
You will have to watch to truly understand.
No, Alexia. No, she, like, if you're gonna have a talk about a GGOS character. Sorry, that was very self-indulgent.
I thought you said you had never watched before.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, okay, wow, major character. Well, then, hey, all the more reason. We should definitely catch up. Do I need to watch season 1 first?
No, I like season 2 better.
And as that conversation kind of like mutters on, with the camera kind of pulls out of that room and over to the other one. And as Xandra, like, as you come in, you pull that door closed behind you and you look down and there's the cake box. And a quiet, empty room.
Xandra grabs a Sharpie off her desk and just writes, "This is for doing so well on arms," and just leaves it on the desk and then crawls into her bed under the covers.
And we just hear the rain and the of it hitting against the window as she Sharpies this. We see the view effect from outside and we kind of hear the rain going in. And we see her take the cake box and set it down. And then she just crawls into bed as we continue to pull back. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Hurting!
Class dismissed.
Yeah. Ow. Fuck.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. The chat has been lovely, wonderful, and fantastic as ever they have been. Man, your dad sucks.
Yeah. Oh no, the worst.
He's just
The worst.
He's the worst.
I enjoyed that. I hate that I enjoyed that, but it was so much fun playing Xandra and just being like, now you guys know why she has such really bad people skills and trust issues.
Do silly stuff again with my extremely good friend Connery, who floats above my brain. My favorite moment for tonight hasn't happened yet. Because after the credits, we come back up. And we're in the room with the cake. And Montgomery kind of stops himself at a moment as you guys are finishing up and talking about, like, oh yeah, no, so they're giant robots. Okay, well, not, and they, Esme, geez, I can't believe I completely forgot about this. Sorry, with Maximum and everything, it slipped my mind. 1 second, I found something. I've seen it around. I think it's yours. And he reaches over behind a backpack and pulls it aside. I think this belongs to you, and it's the Etch-a-Sketch. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
What was that at the end?
The Etch-a-Sketch.
Montgomery has the Etch-a-Sketch.
And he's returning it to Esme. He said, I think this is yours?
You suck. But the best kind.
Okay.
I'm so into the fucking roleplay, I have to go back and rewatch the episode to take fucking notes. I was so mad I didn't want to write anything down.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Friday's too far! Do you know how far away a Friday is?
Ain't I a stinker?
So,
once again, I have been Fox. With me, as ever, has been...
Cake.
Connery.
Cassandra Lee.
Oh, can I change my name?
No, you cannot, because I now need to remind everyone.
Oh, no, let her change her name. Come on.
Change your name. What's up? What's your
Kita.
name?
Kita.
All right, so, as ever, I have been Fox. With me...
Kita.
Connery.
Cassandra Lee.
And I would like to remind you folks to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.